Let's go. I should be live now. Sorry for the delay. Well, I'm still before time, but let me actually check a few things here. Do I still have that old logo up? I thought I changed that, to be honest. That is so strange. I thought I got rid of the HRO vibes, but whatever. It's so strange. Let's go. Just have to send out a quick tweet that I'm live. I really wish there was a way. I'm sure there is a way to like automate it, just to like put out an automated tweet that I'm live or whatever, but it is what it is. I was watching Veve Bros earlier. Those guys are hilarious, of course. Always have fun in there. I was kind of busy doing other stuff. I actually got family in town, which is why I've been a little bit MIA this week. So I've been kind of chauffeuring them around the last few days and showing them around at least like the greater part of Phoenix for the most part. Gotta spell streaming right. There we go. Let's do that. First, what's up, dude? Is that not appearing? Give me a sec. Should be appearing. Okay, there it goes. First, hell yeah. Need to fix like my overlay a little too, but oh well. All right, I don't think I need that anymore. Cool. All right, guys. Glad y'all are here. I know it's been a while since my last live stream. Someone asked me in my comments yesterday of my video, like, hey, when are you going live again? I'm like, probably tomorrow morning or early afternoon, because at 6 o'clock I have to, you know, I'm gonna hang out with my my dad that's visiting town and take him to an arcade bar and all that stuff, which sounds fun. So, man, this thing is starting to get back to it's getting close, but not all the way back to box price, which is the Silver Surfer. I was just kind of checking it out randomly, and yeah, it's all the way down to 90 gems. I think it's mostly because of the obviously Boba Fett announcement, but more importantly, the Amazing Fantasy 15 announcement, potentially. So, man, this thing is really acting up. There we go. Also, I'm kind of also in the bottom left. That's what happens when you use the same like settings and stuff for recording and live streaming. There we go. Ooh, this thing is, there it goes. Let's go. I think we got it. Good enough. Yes, sir. Let's go. Hi, Jeff. Do it. No vid, no sound yet. Just saying, in case you chat. True. Dude, I have done that before. I have definitely chatted by myself for, remember that one time? I think it was Rob stuff. He messaged me. He actually messaged me and let me know. He's like, hey, like, just letting you know, like, the crowd, or I should say chat, is getting a little angsty, because I was chatting in there constantly. And I guess people were thinking like, dude, why is Veve Vibes chatting with us if he's not live? Like, what's going on in his own stream? And so I thought I was live, but apparently I wasn't. So I should be live now, which it should definitely shows that I'm live, which is good. Monkey repair guy, yeah, that's pretty much me. But I found a way. I mean, I had, again, it's kind of annoying, but I had to reset my password again in order to log onto the Veve, the web app. So I'm glad I got that going. Not sure if I'm actually gonna like use it for this drop. I heard of people actually having better success on the web app when it comes to the market. Like, it's easier to snipe, especially since you literally only have to click one button. Right, like I'll click a random collectible here. Okay, wow. Okay, yeah, chat was just really behind. Stopping by to say hello. Have to go to work now. Thanks for stopping by. Guri? Worried, happy Friday vibes. Can't wait for tomorrow. Boba, yeah, my family's dead to me. Hey, vibes. Well, most of them are dead. Yeah. Well, that's why you live in Hawaii, right? To get away from everyone, I imagine. Bots have been dumping great mints on the market. Can't stop buying. Let's go, Big J. If Veve Vibes, hail. I'm gonna leave you in the headphones. I'm just gonna listen because I got my kids here, but I'm glad to see you. Just good luck tomorrow. Have a good time with your dad. Yeah, you are live. That's good. The nice thing is, like, so you pull up the little Tesseract, right? If it'll load. Good God, my internet's going. It's because I'm live streaming. It says reserving. Already it's reserved. So you know how on the web, on your phone, you have to click the listing, and then sometimes you have to, especially if it's a comic, you have to scroll down and then click buy. Even on my phone, which has a pretty big screen, and I put on the smallest text and the smallest everything, it still doesn't show the buy button when I try to click on a comic. But the nice thing is with this on the web app, all you have to do is click buy and it instantly reserves it. You don't have to click 2 buttons or anything like that. Of course, it is going to be dependent on how fast your internet is and if you got other things going. It's a bit slow right now because I do think it's because I'm live streaming and I use wireless internet. Like, I do have a little wireless adapter on my computer, which I know direct connect would be a bit faster, but I don't really care to have like a cord running across half my apartment. So let's see here. But I appreciate you guys all stopping by. Tucson Collectibles, Big J, all you guys here. How are you guys feeling about the Boba Fett drop tomorrow? I already had my price predictions in my video. I'll cover them again. I actually do have them like in different tabs here that kind of cover my price predictions. But don't get me wrong, I do think to the right Star Wars collectors, they are grails. But then again, you have to think. I mean, I know Boba Fett toy collectibles are the most expensive, you know, physical Star Wars toys in existence. You know, Boba Fett is the most expensive ones, but at the end of the day, not everyone is a physical toy collector, right? At the end of the day, it's Veve, I think, is certain things are going to be for collectors, certain things are going to be for the masses. And if we are trying to get some super niche collectors, it could take them a while to get on the app. Yo, I'm grabbing Boba. Yes, sir. I sold everything except for you or Vader for it. Wow, dude. How many are you buying? Probably as many as I can. I know on my main phone, I could buy 2, maybe 3. I'll have to double check I think I could buy 2 because I have a little over like 200 gems. And then on my other account, I have 89 gems, so I'll definitely be buying one. But I think on my other account, it has like 3 gems left. And that one, I don't really have a lot of stuff to sell in order to, because I really don't want to load 80 gems into my app for Boba Fett, to be quite honest. I'd rather just liquidate things I already have, or maybe find a way to transfer those gems to my other account by like buying a Toby for myself or something weird. I don't know, but I'll shoot for 1, but I'm not chasing. Same. I'm super bullish, says HD Pumps. Hell yeah. Boba should do fine long term, so I'm going for a drop and keeping what I get. Yeah, I really think it's going to do a Vader, to be honest. It's going to start relatively low, then it's going to pump up, and then over the course of the next few weeks or months, I mean, if we get AF15, this drop is going to be really rough on the 1st. If we get AF15 on like the 19th, which is the 1-year anniversary of Marvel Comics and the first time Veve has gotten comics introduced to the platform, it's still going to hurt. It's going to hurt everything, but especially Boba Fett. We'll see. San Diego Comic-Con poster at 44. Yeah, dude, I actually won one of those on drop, and I think I sold mine for 99. I know it ran up to like 120 for a bit, but I basically started catching it on the way down, so I sold it for 99. But yeah. Wooloo, what's up? Hello, brother. Club 41 has just been set up. Looking for founding members. If you own a number 41 or comic equivalent, Club 41. I do not have I don't have a 41 of anything, dude. And if I did, quite frankly, if I did have a 41 of something, I'd probably sell it. I guess it depends on what it is. If it's something really big, like if I got like a 41 Boba Fett, ultra rare, dude, there's so many good deals out right now. Like, I know that'd be perfect for the right collector, but there's so many good deals, it'd be hard to not sell it, obviously for a premium, or I'd probably let people know on Twitter, like, hey, I'm taking offers or whatever. But every drop, somebody has the chance to join. That's true. One person. Well, I guess with comics, no, there's one of each, right? So it's different for blind box collectibles, or I should say the premium digital. So there's 3 chances, right? Or is it just one on this? I'm trying to remember how the mint numbers work sometimes. Sold one of my Harleys for this drop. If they hodl, yeah. I'm reading Hunter Thompson's Hell's Angels. Gotcha. I don't know. I haven't read Hell's Angels or anything like that. There are 2 Veve Bros channels now. Seems like the same name. Are there? Flipper the Dolphin over here? Yeah. Yeah, I'll let people know. If someone says they got a 41 mint of something, I'll let them know that there's a club for it. Yeah, I agree, Austin. I will say so. Austin brings up a good point. For Star Wars collectors, this is a grail. But for everyone else, that's what I said in my video. I'm like, if you don't see this as a grail, at the very least, you should see it as a blue chip. You know, I don't even know like what a proper comparison would be like on the Veve app or something like that, where it's like, I don't know. That's. How do I join Club 41? Link, please. Yeah, hit up Wooloo 707 or Wooloo. You can let them know like where to find you. No, we're the only Veve Bros channel. The other dudes have videos with that title. Oh, okay, that makes sense. But so these are my price predictions, guys. I already covered all this stuff in my video that I posted, and I'm really glad. Like, my goal with my videos is to try and typically get 1,000 views before 24 hours, which my video did, which is nice. But this is my first price prediction. I probably need to remove some stuff so you guys can actually see what the hell I'm doing. So I'll clear that. I also need to move, again, my picture. I'll just move myself like right here. So this is the common. You got Veve Discord? No, sir. Will Veve logo be a grail since David and yes. And dude, thank you so much. 63SW, dude. Thank you so much for the $10. The little notification should be going off here in a little bit. But dude, that means so much. Thank you. Is the golden Veve logo letters a grail? I would say yes. I'm trying to remember. If you remember 63SW, how many mints there are total, obviously that's going to dictate the price, but in my opinion, as much as there it goes. Thank you so much for the $10, dude. I would say it's definitely a grail. I don't think they're going to do it again. I don't think they're going to do that again at like Decon or whatever. Like if they just sling in basically business cards out with golden Veve logos on it. I don't know, they might, but I just don't see it happening. But if you got that at the first convention, I think you know, as much as I like flipping and getting liquid, because I do think having liquid gems is probably the most important thing right now possible. I would probably still hold it and honestly try my best to get both of those signed by David and Dan digitally. So if I get the Veve logo from Dan, I'll try and get it signed from him, and then the Veve logo from David, I'll try and get it signed by him, and do it that way. So that's what I would do personally if I did have one. And again, my collectibles, thank you so much for the resub or the remember. I guess resub is for Twitch, for joining the membership again for 6 months in a row. Let's go. I need to come up with some membership stuff. I know I can't top off making a whole NFT drop head collection, or I should say basically an NFT, you know, basically program and have a bunch of utility. I can't do that, but my collectibles can. So guys, go please check them out. I had a really good take on Boba Fett. I watched your video on Boba Fett collectibles. I think that kind of definitely stated how important the Boba Fett physical collectibles are, right? And I do think, as much as I hate to say it, I do think just because of the ever looming possibility of AF15 and the way the market is right now and a lot of other stuff, these are just kind of like the 3 price predictions I have for like each collectible. It's like, all right, if it's bullish, this is going to be 100 to like 115. That's kind of where like Vader is now for the commons. Normal is like the normal market, I guess, sentiment would probably be like 75 to 90 gems. So I do think just because the common has the exact same mint numbers as Vader, there's a small chance it could go below box price. And if it does, it'll probably be for like a brief period of time. Then it'll, I think the common will be more around box price. As much as I want it to be like 120 gems, I just don't see it. And the bear sentiment, where if people are just treating this as another throwaway gamble or just another throwaway blind box, where it's like, all right, I didn't get the ultra, I'm just gonna floor it. If we get a lot of those people, the only way I could see like a bearish market across the board on all the collectibles that I'm mentioning here is that basically most, if not all, the whales are like, all right, I'll buy like 1 or 2 of these, but I'm just waiting for AF15, and they don't really go all in on this. I think that's the only way this would not do well. But if the whales are, if they have enough gems, which they do, and they really want to make their moves, it'll probably hug more like the normal range. Let me catch up with chat. Trying to sell my San Diego poster mint 171 for 70 gems. It won't sell. Oof. Yeah, dude, that's rough. I remember mine was just a generic 4-digit mint, and I think I ended up selling that for 99 like the same day. I just made a post on Twitter as well. Tagged the YouTubers as well. All right, cool. Thanks. 500. This is the common, by the way. I think the Veve logo is just as valuable as a recur pass. Potentially. I don't know. It really depends if they keep dropping more logos, right? As far as I know, there's just going to be the basically what, gold and white or gold and silver, and then there's going to be the white and blue, and that's it. And those are only given out to people that are physically at events. So odds of gold Veve logos at New York Comic Con, I don't know. Possibly. I don't know. I haven't looked at the price recently. We can check it out after this. Do you have a 41 to get into 41 club? Who do I contact? Yeah, Wooloo is apparently the guy. And you know Sleepin's got a 41. I won't say who, but newer piece, I'll say that. Brett Samcub picked up a number 1400 Timon and Pumbaa for 75. I like these prices. Yeah, these are great prices for golden moments and all that. So so again, I do think the physical collectibles, it's hard. We're still trying to navigate this NFT space where sometimes the physicals are going to be worth infinitely more than the collectibles, kind of like what we're seeing with like comic books. But then again, sometimes the NFT versions are infinitely more expensive than the physicals, kind of like what we see like with the Todd statues and stuff. So it's tough. Boba Fett, by far and away, I think he's easily like my top 2 favorite characters. Vader's up there for sure. There's a lot of Star Wars characters I like. I really like Qui-Gon Jinn. I like Plo Koon. I like Mace Windu's cool. Like, if you really start to understand some backstory stuff, I haven't watched any of like the Clone Wars or anything like that, but those are some of the characters I like. So this is the uncommon. I do think this one will go for about like 20% more, not just because there's 20% less mints, but I do think this is the classic stance that he has. Because like this one that we had before, is this right? No, this is right. I'm trying to figure out how I go back a page, like what the shortcut for that is. Okay, maybe not. Let's go back. So this one is the look where he's like, it looks like he's trying to shoot. This is like the I'm trying to think of a scene where he's like trying to shoot someone, like maybe like when he's on like Jabba's barge and he's like trying to shoot like Luke Skywalker, as well as like Han Solo when they're about to jump in like the Sarlacc pit and stuff. But this is his classic stance where he's like in Jabba's palace, just like hanging out, just standing. I do think this is probably his like more classic looking stance, I would say personally. So the bullish, I would say, is like 115 to 130. I think this is higher than the Vader right now. Let me look at, for some reason, if you want to look up Vader on the web app, you have to type in dark. Don't know why. So that's the common. So that's the uncommon. Oh, that's because it's in my collection. But yeah. Maybe not. All right. It's the store. The view details. I don't know. Did I do it, chat? All right. I mean, I do have one. Gosh, it's putting me in that like infinite loop of just trying to find it on the market. So, okay, so floor price is 115, 112 right now for Vader. So this would actually be more expensive than this is, you know, if the market is bullish. I don't, personally, I'm not sure if it's going to be that high, but normal. I do think it's going to be above box for the most part, because I do think this is, I mean, this is just a classic stance form. Pinball going to 60. Oh, Pumbaa. I'm like, pinball? Like, what? We have a pinball machine? That did actually, that would be really cool. If there was a pinball machine you could actually play as an NFT just through your phone. Or it's like a, what do you call it? Maybe it's a pinball machine, but it already has like a, I would say pre-organized, but oh my gosh, like a, it already has games like set up where you like play it and you can watch it play for like 10 seconds before the ball like goes away. So maybe it has like 3 different games it just plays over and over. But if you are a Mandalorian, you must buy for 5K. This is the way. Yeah. Darth Maul would be great. And that's actually kind of a, it's hard to draw a comparison, but I know people like Dino or a lot of other people that basically grew up with like the like Star Wars prequels. Boba Fett is kind of like the Darth Maul, where it's like mysterious figure, looks really badass, don't know a lot about him. Obviously is a person that's against the heroes for the most part. So like, except Boba Fett was that character like 40 years prior, and honestly has a reputation to his name as being the best bounty hunter in the galaxy. So there is that, and I think that's what makes Boba Fett so badass is his design, and on top of that, the way other people spoke about him, like Vader. Other people say he's the best bounty hunter in the galaxy. The fact that he even can negotiate with Vader without dying or, you know, being a pushover says a lot about him and what he's been through. Jabba the Hutt would be a great addition to the Darksiders set. Yeah, I say win Sarlacc Pit. So I do think that whole Darksiders thing, I said we can get a Rancor, because that's technically not the Darksiders, but I forgot what do they call it? You guys are gonna make me look it up on Twitter. Or wait, it should be here, right? Store. It's part of this like series, Underworlders collection. So Underworlders. So I guess if they're taking it more akin to like Jabba's palace / bounty hunters, like we could get Jabba as well as the Rancor, as well as a few others. I'm trying to remember what that bounty hunter looked like. The one that Leia dressed up as when she saved Han Solo. I forgot. There's a, I don't know if that's a particular like race of people or whatever in Star Wars, but not even joking, to anyone bearish on popular Star Wars characters, research Turkish Yüze Headman. Fans pay thousands for bootleg figures. Last sale was 30,000. Interesting. The dark side, yes sir. Vader is Grail for Jedi. Boba Fett is Grail for, what are you? I mean, Boba Fett is the Grail for bounty hunters, right? Or pretty much, I've even said in my video, like if some people have asked me like, if you could be anything in Star Wars, what would you be? I'm like, dude, I would be a bounty hunter. I love the fact that you kind of don't really have to follow a creed or a code. You don't have to be a lapdog if you're like, unless you're the top dog, unless you are the Emperor, you're pretty much a lapdog in a way to the Emperor. And then to the Jedi, you're constantly just being governed as to like who you are and all that stuff. Sorry if you guys can hear that in the background. It's my AC started leaking water earlier today, and so we had to call a repair guy, and so I think he's fixing it right now. So I apologize for that. Can you guys hear that? I assume you guys can hear that. So I apologize. But yeah, dude, I've always been a huge Boba Fett fan. I've always liked his look, his reputation, his demeanor, his everything. Even though he did die kind of in a silly way in the originals. Not a huge fan. I mean, you guys already know this. I'm not a huge fan of the show that came out, you know, like less than a year ago. Not a big fan of it. I think he's a bit too much of a pushover, but anyway. Bullish, 115 to 130. Normal, I think, is 90 to like 115 gems, so I do think he'll be profitable. Bearish is like, all right, he's going to hover around box price. Worst case scenario, he'll probably be like slightly below, but I don't see any reason for him to like go below box. I think he might hover around at like worst case scenario, but he could be closer to this. You think Toby You think Toby, weapon racks, etc. will stay at those prices when they lose their utility? What are your thoughts? So I honestly don't even know what utility they have now. I mean, the only utility they really have now is just trading amongst other people, right? Like basically transferring gems from accounts for the most part, which is only going to be good for another, what, day and another 36 hours. So we'll see. Detail's really nice on Boba. Yeah, I do like the detail on him. The sound effects on the animation I do think look a little weird, a little like kind of like non-copyrighted noises. They had to put like non-copyrighted like sounds, it almost seems like, to the ultra rare. But I do like his look. I love that they did the classic look for the most part, not the new Boba Fett iteration where he's all like big barrel chested. Like this is the, you know, 1970s version that I think everyone for the most part knows and loves. Do you think we will see all-time highs a year from now? There's honestly literally no way to predict that. A year from now, very little could change between now and a year, or everything about the entire NFT landscape, utility, Veve, Veveverse, crypto to NFT, like literally lots of things could change. I don't think we're going to see any, I don't want to say anything anywhere near all-time highs until we get like crypto to NFT, to be quite honest. Until we get crypto to NFT, it's going to be really hard to see anything close to all-time highs again. Chris Infinity, what do you do as work? Right now, I just been working independently, so I've been doing stuff on YouTube. I do stuff with my vehicle, so DoorDash, Uber, not so much Uber anymore, but ever since the market's been kind of taking a bit of a dump, gas prices are up, all that kind of stuff, I do want to get back into like either sales or some sort of financial advising. So I know applying to a few different places now. So I was kind of working for myself for like a year, making enough just fine. But now that like Veve's doing what it's doing, and on top of that, like I do want to be able to like put in some money, because I know people ask me all the time, like how much are you putting in for this? I'm like, honestly, like not a ton, but I would like to have the capability of like, you know, putting in like $1,000 a month. Like that'd be awesome. Underworlders, yeah, 700 ceiling for You Are Boba. Jango Fett is a MC club member type. Exactly. So I do think Jango Fett is a MC member type. What do you mean MC member? MC club type. What do you mean by MC club type? Are you talking about like my collectibles? I don't know if that's what you mean by that, to be honest. But before I did the YouTube stuff and all that, I basically did like cold calling, door to door, and or yeah, cold calling phone sales for like 7 years, which some of those years were great. Most of those years were not great. Let's say that. We can hear it, but it's no biggie. Got to fix that AC. Yeah, here, especially here in Arizona. I agree. Boba Fett in the show was super soft. Yeah, he was too much of a pushover, and I'm really tired of like all the redemption arcs that they're doing and on Disney. All right, next one. Last but not least, bullish. This is kind of what I'm feeling. As much as I like want Boba Fett to like push up to 900 gems, it's like half the price of Vader. Okay, like that makes sense. Honestly, the biggest factors that are playing into this is Amazing Fantasy 15, to be quite honest. And also the kind of high Brock's price, right? Like I know Vader's done really well, and Boba Fett is awesome too. But I really see the bullish going from like 500 to 750. I think the normal price is going to be like 350 to 500. I've seen some people say 550. I've seen some people say 900. I've seen some people say it won't go above 4. It's literally all over the place, and that's a pretty wide margin, right? Like, oh, this could go anywhere from like 300 to 900. It's like that's an absurdly large margin. So that's why I kind of made the margins a bit bigger here. Bearish, I know I spelled bearish wrong here, but bearish is like 250 to 350. That's got to be like on the really low end. I mean, now we're talking stuff that's like, I mean, what's even in that price range? Another reason why I like my NFT tracker is because I can, oh, I misspelled it. And I'm still awkwardly in the middle of the screen, but like if Boba Fett was as cheap as like 250 to 350, evening vibes. Hope you good. I don't see the hype over animations. Veve should be doing way better for a $2 million NFT. Yeah, it could have been a little bit better. Like I said, the sound animations do sound a little scuffed on it. I don't get me wrong, like it's better than nothing. It's better than no sound. But yeah, it is a bit weird. I'd much rather have him like actually pull out his gun and like aim it and like look around than like kind of hold out his like wrist rocket. Dude, what is going on here? Give me a sec, guys. I think part of it just could be because like I'm just lagging like there's no other. Let's actually close this. That might help. Let's give it a refresh. I might need to like reformat my computer or something. Like my computer has been really slow this last week and a half. So I think I need to like reformat my computer or something. Your Boba is perfect. He's just dropping in the worst bear possible. Okay, so maybe watch him blast off in that jetpack would be better. Nonetheless, he is crispy, less than 6K additions. Yes, please. I agree, dude. And this is, I think, what we're gonna see a lot of, right? Where people are basically, all right, I think we finally got this to work. Where a lot of people are gonna be 250. My phone is just exploding. I think with people just chatting. So collectibles. So what collectibles are between 250 and 350? Oof. Okay, so Secret Rare Thor, a lot of these golden moments. So pretty much everything here for the most part. I do think Ultra Rare Boba Fett is better than the majority of these things. Is it better than Secret Rare Thor? It's, you know, debatable. Is it better than Rare Spider-Man? I would say so. Is it better than FA Doctor Doom? Yes, debatable. If Doctor Doom was not a Marvel Mighty, I would say no. But the fact that he is a Marvel Mighty, I would say yes. I don't know, Doctor Doom is pretty big too. It's hard to be just because, yeah, I don't know. Star Wars has just been such a cultural phenomena for so long. It was kind of strange Boba Fett killed the guy at the end of Mandalorian when his personality completely changed his own show. Yeah, let me see here. This is ultra rare, so but kind of getting back to here. And I'll move my camera back too. So bearish is 250 to 350, normal 350 to 500. If I had to guess, I think this collectible is probably going to go a little bit closer to like 550 if I had to guess. Again, I think the only reason why people are dumping, and it's honestly been a proven fact with Vader, with Todd, with most collectibles and comics on the app, anything that's happened over the last 2 months that we've been telling ourselves, all right, this has to be the bottom. That has not been the case. So, and even though we have MTL, we have cash out, what's the market going to do when we start taking away a lot of people's flipping accounts? Once basically a lot of the NFTs won't be able to hit the market anymore. It's going to be interesting. So I'm kind of curious to see how everything plays out, because like the market might slow down because there's a lot of people with a lot of collectibles and gems on different accounts. And then when all those accounts are narrowed down to, you know, when we have, I don't know how many active accounts are technically on Veve, like 600,000, whatever. And that's all that narrows down to 250,000 accounts, you know, 250,000 accounts overnight. What does that happen? A lot of collectibles are locked up. A lot of gems are locked up until we're able to consolidate all that. So until that happens, I'm not really sure what's going to happen in the market. We're going to have less listings, that's for sure, but we're also going to have less gems in a way. So these are kind of like my price predictions. You know, that's why like giving a specific price prediction, that's why I kind of like started doing this like bullish, normal, bearish thing, because it's like giving, because I would have been like, all right, this thing can go for anything anywhere between 400 to 650 or 500. Like, I don't know. It's way all over the place. Go back to here. So move my camera back so I'm not blocking chat as well as my head. Let's see here. If you should do a Harley Quinn wet t-shirt car wash at next Comic-Con parking lot, we'll bring lots of subscribers. Thor Mighty not sexy enough? Yeah, that might be it. I'm a Chandler moving to Tempe like this weekend. That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah. It's kind of strange Boba Fett killed the guy at the end of Mandalorian when his personality completely changed in his own show. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the Boba Fett show. Kind of became a pushover, just did what everyone else told him to do. Kind of broke a lot of his own rules that he kind of dictated for himself, as well as like all of that. And I don't know, it just seems a bit silly. I'm also kind of, dude, so I watched WandaVision too for the first time yesterday or 2 days ago. I watched all the episodes in one go, played the entire show at 1.5 or 2x speed so I could just kind of get through it. And I thought that show was like okay, but dude, I've noticed a lot of Disney shows, they just have, I'm so tired of it. I also watched Loki too. So tired of these like stun batons. Like every single like Disney or Marvel movie, like nobody has blades or guns anymore. Like so many people just use these batons that have stuns on them, right? Like you think of Loki, they had those batons that like disintegrate people. And then the Boba Fett show, they have those batons and like those shields where they just like stun you. There was another show too where they had, I think it was the Last Jedi, or it was one of like the newer Star Wars like movies. They had like batons too. Like I'm just so tired of these, like, you know, because it's Disney, they can't have blades that actually cut people, and they can't have guns that will actually like blow someone's head off. Everything's got to be a stun baton, which I'm just kind of tired of. I think it's because that's what I saw too in WandaVision. I'm not sure if it was a scene or whatever, but like that sword regiment of people, they have guns, but like some of them have stun batons. I don't know. Tired of it. If Boba is 200, I'm getting 10. If the ultra rare is below 200, I don't see it going below 200 or like to 200. I just don't see it. I'd be surprised if your Boba stays below 1K unless they announce a Grail soon after, like Wolverine, or like Amazing Fantasy 15. Like I said, I do think a lot of the hesitation is people basically just waiting for Amazing Fantasy 15. And they could still technically announce it the same day Boba Fett comes out. And Veve has done that before, where they'll drop something, people go crazy for it, and they're buying it, you know, at 8 o'clock, and then at like 1 p.m., so 3-4 hours later, you know, 5 hours, whatever, they'll announce another drop that's even bigger for 2 days later, and then everything just dumps on the market. So they could still technically announce it for the 30th and the 31st first, then that's Amazing Fantasy. So it could still technically happen. If the UR actually goes under 300, that's a no-brainer buy. I would think so too. What's up, Sean? What's up, fam? I just bought the very last golden moment to complete the whole set. Good day. Figured I'd finish up today just in case we see a rally. Market's looking good and delist in a couple of days. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking is, honestly, a lot of my flipping accounts are going to be locked up. The gems will be locked up. The NFTs will be locked up. So it's like, I think after the delist, floors will look thinner, but we'll also see a lot less gems being circulated because a lot of people do have flipping accounts with gems, right? Either preloaded gems or because they sold stuff, then they have gems. So it's going to be hard to tell. It's really going to be interesting to see what the market does over the next couple months. Good afternoon. Share the vibes. What's up, Jimbo Lee Lingo? That's an interesting name. Roger E. Don't comment much, but as always, nice listening to your thoughts on the market. Batons are stronger than guns and metal swords. Dude, I'm just tired of them. I'm just tired of everything being Disneyfied. Just so tired of it, dude. And if they come out with Blade, or I mean, Blade is coming out, but if they make it like a PG version of Blade where he like, if there's not a beheading of a vampire and you see it, I'm not talking like it's insinuated where he like takes a blade and he swings and it's like, it just shows like the vampire's legs and you just like hear a head plop on the ground and like Blade's walking away. I'm just like, no, show it. I want to see it. Blade is meant to be violent. Fighter Explorer, hello. What's up, dude? Fighter Exploder. Okay. Star Wars. Oh, I can't really see what your avatar looks like. It's kind of hard to see. Almost looks like a cartoon, like a black and white like cartoon, kind of like a, what's it called, like Cuphead. It's like a video game. Smarty Pants 187. That's why I love Netflix version of Marvel shows. The Punisher was my favorite. Speaking of which, I would love a Punisher FA drop. Me too. I would love to get the comic. Don't get me wrong. I would love the collectible too. I have not seen the Punisher yet, so I still need to watch. God, I still haven't watched like the Miles Morales like comic show. I still haven't seen the Punisher show. I still haven't seen the Daredevil show. Like, there's just so many of them. I'm really glad the site that I watch them on, I can watch all the shows at like 1.5 times 2 speed, because if not, all that stuff would take me like 40 hours. And I'd rather just get it knocked out in like 25. Hi, will Veve be at New York Comic Con? If yes, how do I get tickets? Yes, they are going to New York Comic Con. How to get tickets? I have no idea, to be quite honest. How's it going? It's going great. Just chilling on the market. We're talking about the Boba Fett drop that's going to be happening tomorrow at 8 a.m. It sounds like it's going to be the last drop before you have to KYC your account, which is another minor gripe I think a lot of people have, is that whatever, I think that's another reason why the prices could bottom out, not bottom out, but why the prices could be a bit lower is because there's going to be a lot of bots just flooring stuff. This Boba Fett drop is going to be the last hurrah of all bots, of all people that have multiple phones like me. It's going to be the last hurrah, so it's going to happen. This is going to be not heavily botted like January, but it's going to be whatever bots that do have gems left over or that are still active will be playing this drop. That's for sure. Surreal Wonder, we still need a giant size X-Men #1, Hulk 180, 181 to complete the characters in the forthcoming X-Men cartoon. Yeah, we need quite a few, don't we? We also need, because we have Jubilee, we have Gambit. Do we have Storm? I don't know if she's already, I know we have her as a collectible, but I'm talking comics. I guess we're talking comics because that's what you're talking about, Surreal Wonder. So we still need Storm. I guess we have, like, all those, aren't those, like Professor Xavier? We would need X-Men, Uncanny X-Men #1, right? I don't know, like, the very, very first appearance of X-Men ever. I assume it's Uncanny #1. Yeah, like, there's still a lot of great comics to be released on the Veve app. There's still so many. When do you think MCP will start up? Steven asks. I thought, didn't they say before Q3 ends? I thought that's what I thought they said something about MCP in Q3, which is, you know, Q3 is already here. So maybe end of October? How would that work? End of September? Yeah, so I think so. I think that's what I heard them say. I'm not 100% certain, to be quite honest. But personally, I'm holding off on any MCP, mostly because, again, I just don't have a ton of gems to throw at the app every week or every month. And if I am going to be playing, if I am going to be putting in gems strictly for MCP or just buying NFTs strictly for MCP, I want to see what the breakdown is, because Veve has changed the way the Master Collector program has worked twice, and both times the change wasn't crazy, but certain sets as well as certain collectibles just became worth infinitely less points. And I'm sure when they do introduce it, all that stuff is retroactive. But going forward, they could make a change where, hey, I know it was like this before, you still get your points, but going forward, this is how the new program is going to work. So we'll see. Besides any grails, something only you want to see in the app drop, what would it be? Besides any grail, something only you want to see in the app drop, what would it be? I'm assuming you're just like, what IP or like which character? And besides grails, I think I've said this before, so you can't really say like Pokemon, but I would like to say, I don't know, I wouldn't say Wolverine, but Wolverine I would consider like a grail in a way. Dude, that's tough. I don't know. I had a whole list of like IPs that I wanted to see. Of course, it's like Pokemon, and there's like Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a whole bunch of different anime, and there's also like Dungeons and Dragons, which I know there's not really like, just because I really like it, there's not really like characters other than like Drizzt. There's no like characters in like Dungeons and Dragons, and like, don't get me wrong, there is, but they're more like in story arcs and stuff like that. So it's something that the majority of people just won't know or understand. I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, there's so many other good stuff. There's like, you know, Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff. I'm just trying to think of just random stuff from my childhood. But that's a good fight, fighter exploder. Bot is happy it's 80, but I'll get one. Yeah. Blade is going to be Disneyfied and has to change his name to Baton. Damn it. Don't give them any ideas, Jeff. It's not Blade. It's Baton. They can't say blood either. They're gonna be like, you plasma sucker. You can't say blood in Disney, or else people will get all weirded out. Surreal Wonder says, once you have everything you want in the app, it's kind of boring. MCP needed ASAP. That's a good problem to have, though. If you have everything you want, I mean, that's a good problem to have. Just stack more of it, or just start. I don't know, if I was genuinely just a major whale and I had everything I wanted, you know, it's like, oh, I got 15 Vaders and this and that and 4 Waltz and 15 Todds. Like, if I legitimately had everything I wanted, I would either just start trying to understand some of the other IPs on the platform, like trying to get a genuine understanding for, just gonna look at the brands here. You like look into just stuff like Ultraman, I guess, like just maybe some IPs that you just don't fully understand, or like ones that people talk about as being like a big catalyst in the future, but you just don't really understand like the full aspect of it. You know, like stuff like Pilly Fantasy, like that stuff could really take off if we get a lot of like people from the PAC region. Powerpuff Girls, which I'm not sure how collectible that is like in real life, but I think it's just popular just because it's an early drop on Veve and it has really, really low mints. Yeah, just forget Toby. Don't do anything with Toby. Voltron, like that's, I guess it's like, all right, I already own all the grails and I have everything I want. Maybe start stacking some comics, you know. I mean, there's that too, so. Blade should be gory. The Marvel Zombie show will be rated MA mature, and Kevin Feige said he is okay with going R on future projects. That's good. I did hear that the new Deadpool movie will be R, which is good. Daredevil is very damn good. Highly recommend. Okay, I'll have to check it out. I think I watched like the first episode or so and I liked it. Well, I just got distracted with something else and I just didn't end up finishing the show or just like following through with it. It's Akira from Devilman Manga. I screenshot one of the panels while reading. I would love to see manga drop on Veve. Yeah, especially since manga, I've heard like manga has actually been kind of kicking the shit out of American comics for a while. So even though I heard that US comics are selling more like dollar wise, so I think it was like the US comic industry sold like $2 billion this last year, but there was more individual sales of manga than comics. So partly because, again, all hearsay from what I've heard and what I've seen from different YouTube videos and sources is that like Marvel and DC and, you know, other US comics here in the US, their magazine price or their comic price went up to kind of make up for the fact that like people are buying less, maybe because of COVID, maybe because of, you know, whatever. But overall, I heard like there's individual sales, like manga is actually beating out a lot of US comics here in the US. And to be quite honest, I do like manga. Like I haven't really read any. Probably the first manga I'll ever read is if I really wanted to dig into manga, it would probably be Berserk. That'd probably be the first manga I would like read or get like a physical copy of and like want to read it. And then there's a bunch of other ones, don't get me wrong, but that's probably the first one I would get. Do you think David Yu will be giving out Veve NFTs at New York Comic Con like you did at San Diego? I don't know, dude. Or Erica, sorry. Or female. I don't know. I really hope people don't go to these cons, you know, whether it's D-Con or San Diego Comic Con or like Comic Con, I mean, and just start like just stampeding Dan and David for like business cards and like hoping they get a free NFT and they could sell on the market for like, you know, $1,000 or $500 or whatever it is. I really hope that doesn't happen. Just kind of say hi, introduce yourself, tell them how big of a fan you are, and like get a picture, and like that's it. And if they give you a card, awesome. If not, like, you know, don't twist their arm for it. So I don't know. I don't want to say yay or nay, but they did give them out at San Diego Comic Con. Punisher show is the best Marvel show. Must watch. Okay. I don't know. It's really hard to like replace. I forgot that actor's name that played as him. You know, Frank Castle. In the movies that was like what, like the late 2000s that came out, like that Marvel. I like that Marvel movie a lot. Love Daredevil and Jessica Jones on Netflix. Okay, I haven't seen Jessica Jones. Like I said, there's just so many damn shows. It almost feels like Netflix in the early 2010s all over again, where people are like, oh, what should you watch? They're like, oh, watch. Gosh, I'm trying to think of all the shows. Let me see here. There was just so many Netflix shows in the 2010s. I remember like a big one that everyone was talking about was like Lost. Another one was Breaking Bad, Narcos. Like there was like 15 to 20 shows that people would recommend over and over and over and over again. There's just too many shows to keep up with. And I'm kind of getting the same feeling where it's like, hey, if you want to watch all these shows, just commit like 30 hours worth of just viewing, and it's really hard to do. Fam3, what's up, dude? Hi, dope channel. Do you think Grails will drop for AF15? And what's with the Wolverine speculation? So from what we've seen on Veve typically is when a Grail does drop, typically the prices of almost everything across the board goes down. I will say NFTs that are struggling or already, I mean, certain NFTs, when they get low enough, like they just can't go any lower. I don't know how else to explain it. But NFTs that are already struggling are the ones that are kind of like in that middle tier of like, all right, they're not great, but they're not terrible. They're kind of just sitting there in the middle. Those do go down quite a bit. And in a way, Grails do drop in price. I don't want to say as much, but at the same time, they also have the most room to drop, if that makes sense. It's hard to explain, but yeah, typically if we do get AF15, if we do get like a Wolverine, or if we do get like a Luke Skywalker on the app, or I'm trying to think of some other, like if we get the first appearance of Thor Lat comic as well, like on the app, because I mean that's like a what, like a $400,000 comic or something like that last sale that I've seen, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. I'm trying to think of some other like Grails that if we were to drop on the app, like everything on the market would just go down. And I'm also trying to think like within the scope of our current IPs too. Yeah, it's hard to say. Like, or if we, I don't know, like, if we got like a Harry Potter like blind box drop like announced a week from now, they're like, oh, we're gonna drop Harry Potter and Voldemort and you know, all the big characters like in a single blind box, like that would also probably crash the market, because like Harry Potter fans, on top of that, you're getting like all the main characters, like that would also like cause the thing to drop. And what's the Wolverine speculation? I don't know. I think it's mostly because the X-Men show, because a lot of stuff that's happening like in Marvel behind the scenes, or like that's part of their like MCU slash like just schedule that they have going on. Like typically like when Moon Knight, like before Moon Knight came out, we actually had the Moon Knight collectible on Veve. And then before the Spider-Man? No. I'm trying to remember, but like we have the Moon Knight collectibles here. It's Mr. Knight and there's Moon Knight. So there's a Moon Knight, there's another Moon Knight. So it's like we found out that like typically whenever a certain show came out on Marvel or Disney, we would typically either get a collectible like related to it or like a comic related to the character as a first appearance. Like that's been pretty consistent. So I think some people are thinking just because now Disney, or say Marvel, has now greenlit like the X-Men to come back to like Disney Plus, we might get Wolverine, you know, whatever. So I think that's where it's coming from. I could be wrong. Shouldn't completing a comic set or an MCP bonus like the collectible set? That's how it was originally, Surreal, until they changed it this last update. So now you only get points based on individual comics rather than a set, right? So, I mean, don't get me wrong, like you probably should get a set bonus for collecting comics, but as of the update that happened in like December, you don't. So that's kind of why I'm pumping the brakes on like just committing, you know, 300, 500, 1,000 gems or whatever it is towards just strictly MCP points. Like I want to see A, what actually, like how many points I'm getting, and B, most importantly, how much does stuff cost? You know, if I want to buy an extra ticket for a drop raffle, how many points is that? If I want to buy accessory for my vault, how many tickets is that? Or not tickets, but how many points is that, right? Is it really worth spending $500 or 500 gems on rare comics just so I can get an extra 25, 30 points a day? Is that worth it in the long run? I'm going for the drop, only enough for 2 buys. I'm hoping for Luxstride. Luxstride? I don't know if that is Luxstride. Fighter Exploder. I'm sure you'll get it. So just be known. And you guys have Fighter Exploder. I'm assuming you're new on the app because you're just a new name. I don't know. You seem pretty cool. And then same thing with Fam3 potentially. When you said dope channel, that kind of sounds like you're new to the channel. So welcome. Need Beast and Angel. Yeah, Beast and Angel are part of the like original X-Men. They're like that very, very first group. Pretty much X-Men 1. Okay, that's what I figured. How far am I behind on chat? All right, I think I'm a little bit behind. Let me catch up. Veve confirmed AF15 not dropping this Monday. Okay, so they could still do it on the 19th. They could still do it the day that Marvel Comics 1 came out. Or it could just not happen at all. Holy shit, that could be a thought. It just doesn't happen at all, and then everyone's panicking over nothing. I would say until we get past August 19th, like, it's hard to see AF15 coming out. I'm going for 3. I hope they eventually implement a system that tells us the collectibles currently available. Tell us the collectibles currently available in KYC accounts. That would be nice. That would be nice to know. But that'd be kind of hard for them to figure out, potentially. Fam3, Thundercats. Schnarf, Schnarf. My favorite character. We want Yu-Gi-Oh! I agree. Yu-Gi-Oh! Would be sick. You get Yugi, you get Joey, you get Kaiba, you get, I think it's May? Forgot the other guy. Tristan. Bakura. Those are like all the main characters. And then there's, no, May Valentine, but what's the other girl's name? I forgot the girl's name. That's in that main group. Oh my gosh. And then of course you have to have, you know, Blue Eyes and then Dark Magician and then all that. So I'm more of like, I've watched, I think the first 2 seasons, like I watched the whole like Duelist Kingdom and then I watched the whole like Battle City arc, and then everything beyond that, I kind of stopped watching because I think I got too busy like in college. I would love to see Cat Dog from Nickelodeon drop. I really love that show. That was a good show. It's actually pretty funny. Brandon Dole says Iron Giant. Iron Knight is from One Punch Man, I believe. Iron Giant would be cool. Austin says, I think it said it on here once before, but for a non-grail, definitely Shrek for the memes. Yeah, I think he's just get Shrek for the memes, yeah. I would love to see him animated where he just either makes like silly faces or he's like pointing or like roaring and then like pointing to like get off a swamp. Samurai Pizza Cats. Never heard of that. Or it sounds familiar. I definitely heard of Samurai Jack. Hi, what's up, Ryan? Or Royan? I never heard of Samurai Pizza Cats. Do you guys remember Street Sharks, though? You guys remember Street Sharks? That was pretty badass. And then, of course, if we get Power Rangers... I'm trying to think of, like, all the shows I watched as a kid that I was just, like... You know, the classic, like, Spider-Man and, like, Batman shows, too. If Disney acquires Masters of the Universe, will He-Man be he, she, woman? Whoa, man? I don't know. That's kind of an interesting thought. I haven't seen, I'm not really up to date. I haven't watched a lot of He-Man stuff. I know he's super popular, but is that just like a boomer thing? I don't know. Not to throw shade, but it's just, you know, people are a bit older that like He-Man. Like my dad likes He-Man, or at least knows of He-Man. I didn't really. Patrick Hughes has some jobs having Banksing art on it. Same style. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. That would be awesome to have manga. I would definitely want Luffy from One Piece. I haven't watched One Piece, dude, so I didn't realize, dude, One Piece is like really big. I think this is the Google search I use. 25 highest grossing IPs. And I know One Piece has always been kind of a meme because of the whole like, I haven't seen any episodes of it, but I've heard enough memes of like the whole Pirate King thing and just people with just really goofy like faces and heads and like bodies and stuff like that. But One Piece is on here. Yeah, dude, One Piece is like number 20. The highest grossing media franchises of literally all time. This is where Pokemon and Hello Kitty, Winnie the Pooh, Star Wars, all this stuff. Shonen Jump and comics. Then I look down here and like, there's just One Piece. I'm like, what the? $20 billion. More than Lord of the Rings, right? Like, and Lord of the Rings has been out for a super long time. And there's Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah. Peanuts. Interesting. Transformers. Okay. It's kind of crazy to think that we have, gosh, how many of these do we have on this top 25 list? Maybe one. Let's just say that. Winnie the Pooh. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Disney princesses-ish so far. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 out of the top 25 highest grossing media franchises of all time. You know, Lord of the Rings, I would love to see. That's also another one. I would love to see some Lord of the Rings on the app. You know, we don't have Pokemon or Hello Kitty yet. We don't have a lot of the stuff on here. We don't have Mario. But it's not a bad start, right, for Veve? Like, just first couple of years it's been open or available, it's just has like half of the most popular media franchises of all time. Berserk has a great story, but it can get way too edgy and gross. Yeah, I've heard the same thing, and then I get it. Luckily, I know compared to the cartoons that came out in like the 90s, not the cartoons, but like the show that came out in the 90s, as well as like the new iterations. I've already been kind of told also on YouTube, is I spend way too much time on YouTube, but that there are some scenes or some panels that are like very edgy, or they just do really gross stuff just kind of for the sake of shock value. So like, don't think too much into it, but just a lot of the story beats and like the meanings and messages is really, really good. VV vibes. How many Nessies did you stack? Lol, IRL fossil found proving existence apparently. Really, of Nessie? Where is Nessie? How much is Nessie right now? That's the blue little yeah, this guy. Nessie. I don't know, he could pump. Now that he's real, he could pump. Could you imagine that? Like, as more of these like mythical, like what do you call it, like cryptkins are being discovered, like they just become like more expensive. So this is see all. So this is all of them. So let's see all of them. So Bigfoot, Chupacabra, Nessie, Yeti, Cthulhu, Jersey Devil, Mothman, Twilight Mothman, Nightcrawler, Ogo Pogo, I don't know, Thunderbird, and Cosmic Cthulhu. So, I mean, Bigfoot is just roaming around up in Canada. We know that. Chupacabra, I believe, is down in like either South America or like Mexico. Nessie is, I believe, in Scotland. Like, these are usually like urban myths and stuff like that. Yeti is also just chilling, giving high fives to Bigfoot up in Canada. Cthulhu is just underneath the ocean. We all know that, or like out in cosmic space. Jersey Devil is actually in, I believe, I think it's New Jersey. Mothman is hanging out in like Connecticut, or like some like weird, like some like small like East Coast city in the US. I don't know a lot about Nightcrawler, to be honest. Like what the story is about him. Ogo Pogo. I think this one's Canadian too. I think. I could be wrong. Let me look up the info on it. Okay, Ogo Pogo, full height, weight unknown, past sighting suggests up to 50 feet long, description, cheerful monster. Okay, so also exhibits that legendary Canadian friendliness, so she'll make a great companion. Okay, so it is Canadian. Oh, dude, I cannot pronounce this. Okanagan Lake in Canada? I don't know. Probably a butchered description. Thunderbird. And then there's Cosmic Cthulhu. So maybe Cthulhu's like in the water and then Cosmic Cthulhu's in the space. I don't know Thunderbird. I don't know like where, like what region this one's supposed to be from. Okay, so this one can like make storms and stuff. And it has a wingspan. This is wingspan from 12 feet. Okay, so I went to the Phoenix Zoo actually the other day with my parents, or my dad. And we saw a vulture there. Vulture, like a condor, I don't know, whatever it was. But that thing has a wingspan of like 10 feet. So when this thing says it has a wingspan of 12 feet, it's like not that big compared to like birds we already have on Earth. Like, that's huge, don't get me wrong, but if we're talking like a mythical creature, I would think like, oh, this wingspan is like 25 feet wide or something crazy, but like 12 feet isn't massive, to be quite honest. What price were you thinking for Boba Fett? Will be, not sure if I should buy in on the drop or on the market after. So these are the price predictions that I have. I've shown it on my last video, so I can kind of go through it again here really quick. These are kind of like my bullish and bearish price predictions for like each of the Boba Fetts. So I'll do this very quick because I've already done this like twice. So the common, I think like if the market is feeling bullish, it'll be like 100 to 115. I think normally this should go above box price, but not like much higher, to be honest. And bearish is if like, again, I do think the only way we can hit bearish is if we get a lot of bots on the drop, like a lot of bots. And on top of that, we have a lot of the whales or a lot of the people that, just aren't really diving too deep in this. Like maybe they'll buy like 2 or 3, but they're not going to buy like 15, right? Like they're waiting for like AF15 or something like that, where basically like whales are more waiting for a potential future drop rather than doubling down on this one, right? That's kind of what I mean by bearish for the most part. The uncommon, I do think it's the classic stance of him like chilling out in Jabba's palace. Bullish is like 115 to 130. Normal, I think it's just normal market sentiment. I just don't know what else to call it. 90 to 115, and then the bearish is like 75 to 90. And then bullish for the ultra rare, so this is, it doesn't show it's animated, but it is. Bullish, it's like 500 to 750. I think a normal market sentiment is like 350 to 500. And then bearish is like 250 to 350. If I had to put a price on like Boba Fett, like the ultra rare, I would say like 500 to 600. I would say it's probably more accurate. 500 to 600. So it's probably a little bit above normal, a little bit on the low end of like bullish. Because I do think a lot of the money is going to be crowding the most expensive or the most popular rarity, right? Or like the, I should say, the lowest mint rarity. And we've already seen that quite a bit where we get a lot of drops. And I mean, even just look at Darth Vader, right? Like literally the majority of the price of everything. Like the other two rarities are what, like 5%, 10% of the value of like the current price of Vader. Yeah, like the uncommon and common, their prices are like 5 or like 7% of the current cost of Vader, like the ultra rare Vader. All right, let's move back here. I don't know, do not know why this is not working with me sometimes. Cool. Dan and David are going to start having bodyguards now, dude. I think so. I mean, especially since, I mean, those cards, I don't know how much those cards are going for now. We check it out. If I just type in Veve up here, will it actually pop up? All right, maybe not. Let's go to brands and then Z to A. I know more people that own manga collections than I know people that own physical comics. Manga is easily more available every bookstore than going specifically to a comic book store. Yeah, I would agree. Let's look at here. Yeah, from what I've heard, it's, you know, comic sales, it's not like, what the hell? Did not click Jurassic World Dominion. Pretty sure I clicked, oh, come on, don't do this to me. Pretty sure I clicked here, which is Veve Official Collectibles. You guys are seeing the same thing as I am, right? There it goes. The hell? That was so weird. Yeah, I mean, these are going for 3,500 gems. I mean, that's the floor. I don't know if they're actually selling for that much. There it is. That's 69,420. Nice. This is Randy Chavez. He has the number 41 mint of the golden Veve logo, which, yeah, man, I mean, if you go to New York Comic Con or whatever, and if they are handing out cards, I mean, you could basically just pay for your trip. But I really hope people just don't just dogpile David and Dan just to hope to get the cards. Definitely the drop, unless you want to snipe a good mint number. Yeah, I would definitely play the drop. I mean, regardless, like, even if you land a comment, in the most bearish thing, like, what, you lose 20 gems, and that's if you sell, right? You could always just hold on to it. And I do think the price will go up as August goes along, because Veve, like, apparently, they already confirmed that we're not getting AF15 August 1st. Okay, cool. That bought us some time to maybe the 15th or the 19th. There's something about August 15th that a lot of people kind of like predicted that we could get AF15 that day as well. Holy moly, I'm behind on chat. But the 19th is actually the day Marvel Comics 1 actually came out. Breaking Bad is definitely worth it. Yep. I'm seeing similar to Veve. Boba is definitely up there as the top Star Wars character and sought after IRL item. I agree. I'm just not sure if we have enough people. I'm not sure if we have enough people, liquidity, and collectors on the app to help facilitate like prices even remotely close to like the physical counterparts, right? Did anyone like Game of Thrones? I like the first 5 seasons. The last 2 or 3 seasons were dog water. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I love The Sopranos. I haven't seen The Sopranos nor the Godfather movies. I know everyone's like, what, you haven't seen them? Pokemon will destroy the market. I would agree. Never watched either show, but I heard both are legendary. It either happened with the show Loki too. We got Loki Alligator. Yeah, we got Alligator Loki from the show. Promos for Love and Thunder. Yep. Picked up mint 385 grade school Guernica for 51 gems today. Trying to save gems for Boba, but could not when I saw that. Yeah, that's actually a really great MCP point collection there too. I mean, rare comics are still by far and away the best things to get gem for MCP. But if you like the collectible better, then go for it. I've been a Veve member since last September, full year until I saw MTL. I remember my first SR, which was a Black Panther SR. Let's go, dude. Yu-Gi-Oh! SR Grandpa? Yeah. Yugi! I think he just called him Grandpa. Did he ever actually have a name? Do you guys remember Yugi Moto's, like, Grandpa's name? Or did he always just call him Grandpa? It was like, Grandpa! I think he was just always just called Grandpa. Tommy, what's up, dude? Yo, Vibes, good to see you. Thanks. SR Black Panther? Yeah, that is fire. Return to Oz collectibles would be cool. Return to Oz. Oh, like Wizard of Oz? That movie traumatized me as a kid. I haven't seen Return of Oz, I believe. I heard it's obviously a different take on Wizard of Oz. Timon and Pumbaa at 69. I'm shook. Wasn't the box price for those 60? So at least it's not below box. He-Man is an 80s thing for show. Okay, that's probably why. So maybe, I mean, it's still maybe the tail end of boomers, right? Because my dad was born in 1960, so he would have been, yeah, like in his, yeah, he would have been in his 20s when it came out, so maybe. Tori's God, I really don't know if Hello Kitty would do well because at least Pokemon, Star Wars, all can be watched as kids and adults. True, and I do think, you know, the majority of the money going into some of those IPs are from certain regions of the world, right? It's not a that's another reason why I wanted to buy more things like Star Wars and Marvel and Disney. Like anywhere in the world, people have heard of Spider-Man or Mickey Mouse or Vader for the most part. Like worldwide, people know those characters. There's collectors worldwide instead of something that's a bit more niche or localized to a certain region or culture of the world. That's just me personally. Recur gonna drop Hello Kitty. I don't have a pass, but I'm gonna see how it plays out. Yeah, it could do well. As well as like the Nickelodeon stuff did on OpenSea. I heard that's majority because like there was like one whale that bought up like the entire floor, so that it did well because one whale bought it all. But like, is that just gonna keep happening like over and over and over again? Not entirely sure. Since we have Labyrinth. Oh yeah, we were supposed to get Labyrinth like early this year. You're right, Frank. Someone brought up Labyrinth earlier and I think I just kind of glazed over it. But yeah, we have Labyrinth. They announced that like, what, December? November? So like 7, 8, 9 months ago at this point, something like that. Like 7, 8 months ago, they announced we have Labyrinth, which is like cool, I guess. I don't know. I don't know much about it. But yeah, sorry, I only read half of that. Whenever that drops, I hope we also get Dark Crystal and Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. Any Dark Fantasy, Jim Henson stuff. I haven't seen any of that stuff. Dark Crystal? Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like Harry Potter would fit in perfect with the Veve app. I think so too. I really think, yeah, Harry Potter would do great. You know, you got Harry and Hermione, and then if they have the snitch that flies around the wings, you can have like a broom, you can have all the wands, you can have the wands of all the characters, kind of like lightsabers. There's so many things they could do. Sorcerer's Stone, like, I mean, there's so many. Hagrid's Doge. I've only seen like the first 2 Harry Potter movies. I haven't seen the rest. I promise you, Veve vibes. Veve announced so long ago, around September 21st, about Little Prince posters and story coming to Veve soon. Never seen or spoke about it again. Interesting. If you have like a tweet or a video or literally, because I believe you, but if there's any proof or if there's any like thing to suggest that, I would love to see it, dude. Or like tweet it at me. Did you buy any HRO packs this go around? No, I'm fully cashed out of Hero. I noticed the I'm just not. I think that the ship has kind of sailed when it comes to buying packs and then reselling them for a profit, at least when it comes to the digital exclusive packs. I saw how well the first packs did. I wish I bought 10 of them instead of only 2. And I wish I didn't wait until to sell them when they hit like 400, because I know they were at 800 for a few days after the drop. And I wish I sold them then, but yeah, it is what it is. But no, I'm fully cashed out of HRO. Cool project. I'm not trying to flood it or anything like that, but the way I wanted to utilize the platform is just that time is gone, and I still like the physical stuff. Like if they do come out with like more physical boxes that I could like pick up at Walmart or online like very easily, like maybe I'll buy a couple. But when it comes to like trying to use it as an investment or just like short-term gains or for flipping, kind of like how I was treating it, I think that ship has kind of sailed, at least for me. Austin, I want Kermit the Frog. I know he probably won't be worth anything, but I like the Muppets. Okay. See, like the Muppets, like a little piggy, Bert and Ernie. Dude, Oscar the Grouch would be a grail. Be all pissed off and shit, just like mad all the time. Rawr. Oscar the Grouch, he'd be a grail on the app. Bet. I thought I had like another thing to show here. Maybe not. SpongeBob would be good. Yeah, Jersey Devil is real. I had one for dinner last night. Barbecue sauce. Really? What the hell is a Jersey Devil? Is it actually an animal? I thought the Jersey Devil was supposed to be something that makes like little tornadoes in its wake. It's supposed to be like fast. Mothman is one of the scariest ones, probably. I think Cthulhu's really the scariest, but yeah. We got... I know you mean Silver Surfer, but you literally put Sliver Suffer. We need Galactus too. I know what you mean, Lily. Yeah, dude, Silver Surfer is cool too. I like Silver Surfer. Have you also checked out those cheeks on Silver Surfer? The hell? Dude. Checked out the glutes? I don't know, I'm not gonna pull it up in 3D, but 1-to-1 scale Galactus? Yeah, just if they did a 1-to-1 scale, you would see what? Like a portion of his boot? And you have to like, you know how on the screen you could scale it down by like putting your 2 fingers together, like pushing them together to like make it smaller? You would have to do that for like a year to have them like get smaller and smaller, just to have them be small enough to where you can actually like fit them on your screen. That's how it should be. Boba Fett sounds like he's trying to connect to the internet in the 90s. Yeah, the sound animation does sound a bit scuffed. Am I able to throw it up on here? All right, let's try this. I will admit, John, the animation could probably look and sound a bit better. I'd prefer if he actually like took out his weapon. I think it's a, is it an E11 blaster? I'm trying to remember what it's called, but whatever it is, he has it and he like looks around. I wish he kind of pulled that out and like looked around for a bit, put down his visor, and then like kind of put it away. I do like the fact that he uses, I'm sure there's a term for it, but his little scanner is like little range finding thingy. Sound does sound like I said, a little scuffed. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like the sounds from, did you guys ever play that Boba Fett Bounty Hunter game? Might have to like pull it up here on like on a different screen for you. You guys remember this game? It almost sounds like they just took sounds or like assets like from this game. This game came out in 2002, I think, like early, like 2002, 2003. And dude, this game was actually pretty fun. I remember you would go on missions. It was either you go on missions or it's just kind of like an open world. And then you would use your little scanner thing and you would like scan people and you would see if they have a bounty on them. And it was strange because some bounties, some people were worth more dead than alive. So you just find a way to kill them and then like tie up their body or do something. I don't know if you guys remember this game, but this game was like a lot of fun. If I could find a way to like emulate this game, I think I'd probably play it tomorrow if I remembered, if I knew how to like emulate it. But I think this is supposed to be, is this supposed to be Jango Fett? I mean, he's wearing all blue, so I think it's supposed to be Jango Fett, like Bounty Hunter, not Boba Fett. But regardless, it almost sounds like that. Those sound effects sound like Battlefront-ish Bounty Hunter, you know, like I said, just either non-copyrighted like sound effects or it's just something from Star Wars. Not Mothman light work. I'll put my fly zapper on max volts. Yeah. Maybe the creature has small wings, but a huge body. Yeah. Definitely going for Boba. Not sure how many. I can easily FOMO and get more. Yeah. When it was hype with Veve, for example, in January, what was the highest viewer count you had on your live video? I didn't really do a lot of live streams, to be honest, during January. I remember getting like 1,000 subs in like a month. Dude, January, December, mostly December was hype as hell, was hype. Now I can probably get barely 150, maybe 200 subs a month, if that. Probably closer to like 100 to 150 subs a month. When back then I was getting like December, I think, I kid you not, like December I got like 900 something subs, and then like January got like 700 subs, and it started going down and down and down. So, and it makes sense as the market goes down, people kind of check out, people don't want to stop putting in money, people are like into Veve, people just don't want to watch Veve or market or crypto stuff until it starts pumping again, right? So that's just how it is. I'm going for 3 Bobas, but I have a feeling I'll get lucky. and to get one on drop? Yes, sir. You might. This is going to be a difficult drop to get. I will say that. And on top of that, you could get lucky and get the UR. I did get extremely lucky. I got the UR Vader on drop. I'm still holding it to this day, and I probably won't sell it for a very long time. But I am new. Are the Veve vibes here yet? Locknet? I can tell you are very new, and the vibes are here. We are chilling. Yeah, what's up, Veve Arcade? Forgot. Oh yeah, forgot you were chatting in here. Yeah, dude, Boba Fett's gonna be awesome. I know people were. As much as I hate to say it, there is a chance the common could definitely go below retail. I don't think the uncommon will, but again, I think people have gotten to the point where they just want to gamble, right? Anyone else bought Mega Million tickets? No, I haven't. I don't really pay attention to like the lottery or any of that stuff. Not that I'm against it, I just don't really keep up with it. Do you think we can get more than one drop? On the rebounds, not on the same drop. I wait to see what I got before I go for rebound. If I get UR on first, I probably won't go for rebound. But if I miss, I will FOMO for a second. Yeah. If I hit the Mega Millions jackpot, I'll buy one of everything I don't have in the app. Awesome. I bought UR Vader before receiving my drop. Then I saw it's UR. Well, if you got it at a certain price point, you probably were able to resell that second one for a better price. Same thing happened to me while waiting for the delivery. I bought UR Vader for $832. Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Played $100 in the day, Mega Millions, feeling lucky. Let's go. Sorry, I'm just kind of flying through these. Officially own 100 Tesseracts now. Let's go, dude. I mean, I could almost guarantee you the second they drop the next Infinity Stone, whatever it is, you know, the Power Stone, the Soul Stone, the whatever stone, whatever it's going to be, that Tesseracts are going to pump. Maybe not absurdly high. It's not like it's going to go from 25 gems up to like 88 or something insane, but it'll maybe hit up like 35, 40 gems. It could definitely do that. Veve vibes, let's go to Boba. Excited for the drop tomorrow. I'll give you 7.5 sugar cubes for 3 blue cubes. When you say blue cubes like that, it sounds like it's an illicit drug, and we're just sharing blue cubes. I saw someone on Twitter post a thing of like Deadpool in his like chimichanga truck, and he's like handing out Tesseracts instead of, you know, chimichangas. I thought that was kind of funny. I think since Vader's pushing 2K, Boba could reach 800 to 1K, but only because everyone is coming in the app and they have a tier range of Star Wars characters, so it's almost a guaranteed profit. That's my G. Yeah, we'll see. It could go a bit higher. Trust me, I would love to be wrong, and Boba Fett's closer to like 800 to 900, but we'll see. Facts, homie. My SR was Obi-Wan #1. Let's go. James Lousy, I think that's how you pronounce it. I've been mainly focused on comics in the main, haven't been able to afford any mini grails, but I'm about to break 300 daily MCP points. Hope it serves me well long term. Hell yeah, dude. I really, like, however the MCP points break down, I just want to get a further understanding of it, because I think what it sounds like what you're doing, James, and what I'm probably doing as well, is I'm just buying what I like, but more importantly, what I think is going to do well in the future, just gem-wise, and then whatever MCP points it gives me, that's awesome. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way to spend an extra, you know, few hundred gems just to get, just to complete a set and get an extra, like, 3 MCP points a day. That's just not me personally. Jared Sousa, well, here's the thing. They haven't done any NFTs yet with actor likely, except for the Love and Thunder poster. Yeah, like, so people's likeness. I see what you mean. So it's hard to do, like, yeah, exactly. It's really hard to do something like Luke Skywalker, where Veve does a really good job of characters with masks on, and like maybe like mostly covered bodies. So Luke Skywalker might be a bit difficult. Same thing with like Yoda. I think he looks, I mean, he's always been CGI or looks like a freaking puppet, so it's pretty easy to do his face. But like Yoda isn't an actor, so they have to change up his likeness. Same thing with like what, like Han Solo or Leia, or there's so many other characters too that like it'd be hard for them to make their face not have like the likeness of an actor or something like that. So I think Wolverine would be great because again, he's cartoon. but he does have that mask on, or that hood that he kind of puts on that covers most of his face. All you really can see is his mouth. So would you say Boba UR for 400 is a good buy? It really depends on the market, what it's looking like. I mean, if there's a massive wall at like 430 or like around, like just above 400, it's buying it for 400 is probably not the best buy, but I don't know. It's hard to say. But Boba Fett UR for 400, I'd bank on it. I'd bank on it. But I do think we can have the prices go super low because, again, I do think it's a one last hurrah for all of the bots, right? Like, it's the last time the bots have a chance to kind of fully cash out. So this is the last drop where they could bot it, get a lot of URs. They just start dumping them on the market just so they can liquidate as fast as possible, so they can then trade it or transfer it to an account that they can then cash out before KYC. Like, I think the prices are going to be very low, mostly because of that. And I'm not saying half this drop is going to be bots. Like, I'm talking 25%. Of this drop will probably get botted pretty hard. So Vibes, do you know if you got verified, if cash out is available on the web app? Never got a confirmation email. I mean, the little banner at the top doesn't show up, so I think I'm verified. I haven't tried to cash out or do anything yet, so I'm not sure. It's not a good buy at all. It's a big fat W buy. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, for 400, you are Boba Fett. That's really good, and that's why I kind of did that price comparison here, right? Like, I mean, let's see what's going for. What the hell? Am I just like messing up something here? There it goes. Like, what's going for like 400 gems right now? Let's do 450 between 450 and holy moly, lag. So what's in these two price ranges? So SR Deadpool, we can even go down a little bit further, like 300. So in my mind, this is kind of what like you ultra rare Boba Fett would be like in competition with, quote unquote, like Secret Rare Thor, Secret Rare Deadpool, Spider-Man 2099, Iron Man, Elsa. Like, if it was in that price range, right? To be honest, I would have Boba Fett more than most of these things, if not all of them. You know, SR Thor is debatable, right? It really depends. But other than this one, I would say your Boba Fett. I'd probably still take Boba Fett over SR Thor, personally. Veve just announced Gem Henson 2, but NFTs dropped on Quid first. Gotcha. Jeff, I need the Amazing Bulk on the app. Yes, I know we watched the Amazing Bulk last time. That was a ton of fun, but I don't want to subject everyone to the Amazing Bulk on stream right now. I followed you and at the Medium article from Veve themselves. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Happy Friday. Thank you. I'm pretty sure those are sound effects from the movie. Are they? Maybe. Because I thought, like... Because every time I've seen, like, Boba Fett or Jango or whoever, like, use the little visor thing that comes down, like, I didn't think it actually, like, made sounds. Maybe it does, like, in the helmet, but, like, we don't hear it externally. Veve Twitter, in my opinion, an indicator of users on the app, has gained 300 followers in the past 3 months. Are they bad at marketing? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to like the Veve like Twitter followers or anything like that, to be quite honest. I have subbed twice, normally logged in as Sat Gaming. Enjoy your content a lot. Oh, dude, thanks, Tommy. Or Sat Gaming. I remember Sat Gaming. I remember your account. Sounds familiar. Going for 2-on-2 phones. If bots go heavy, then it will be 1-on-1. If not, 2 easily back-to-back or on rebound. Yeah, I agree. I think that's what I'm going to do, because I think my third phone just simply doesn't have enough gems, and I would need to liquidate a lot of NFTs as well as comics, because all I have on that account is like ultra rare Vader, common Vader, and like 2 or 3 other like very small NFTs that are worth like 10 or 15 gems, and then a bunch of other like smaller comics like Avengers 4, First appearance of Black Cat. I forgot the name of that one. Like, I actually have a lot of good comics on that one. I don't want to liquidate 10 comics and 4 collectibles just to have enough to potentially win a Boba Fett. Like, I'd rather just leave that one account alone. What up, Vibes? How's life? Boba is better compared to what? Vader? Compared to all these? I would agree. Yeah, Boba's better than pretty much all these. That's, like I said, Thor Secret Rare might be debatable if someone's more of a Marvel fan versus Star Wars, but yeah. Been on Veve for 1 year, and now I see my country is on non-cash out list. North Macedonia. What do you think they will give us? Do you think they will give us crypto cash out or at least transfers back? I'm not sure, Besnick. I hope so, dude, because that's got to be really frustrating to like not be able to cash out at all whatsoever after spending a year and, you know, probably hundreds or thousands of gems on the app, right? And there's no way to cash out. I don't know what the reasoning for that is. I'm sure it has something to do with the company that they're using KYC through, right? Or the cash out services and features through. So I don't think it's up to Veve, but maybe Veve had to report certain findings or whatever it was, because I'm sure there's a multitude of reasons why certain countries are locked out. Either because, like they said, either for, I think they said like conflicted, not conflicted, but basically countries that are like at war, just like on certain sanctions and stuff like that. And on top of that, certain countries just might have a higher rate of just bot activity versus some other countries. Like I couldn't even know where to begin, but I'm sure there's a multitude of reasons why the country itself is not allowed to cash out. So I don't really know. I'm sure even Veve doesn't even know the answer to that stuff, or maybe they're just playing dumb. I generally don't know. I already seen Ray Fixie and a handful of other content creators kind of like speak out about it. To be quite frank, like I guess I could make a tweet about it, but I'm not sure I would like make that much of a difference. Not more than already some of the whales and some of the other like bigger content creators have made a bigger deal about it. So it sucks, dude. Like I feel you, Besnick, but because after KYC date, you won't be able to play any drops. Can't transfer, you can't do anything, you can't cash out. So it's like, at what point, you know, what do you do at that point? So yeah, I don't know. That's tough. Crypto Pro, I buy what I like, not worried about completing sets and getting MCP points. I don't see the value in it as an investor. Interesting. Okay. Sign in to web app and then put /KYC at the end of the URL. It'll show status. Okay, yeah, I'll check that out. Please sell your UR Boba for 400. Yeah, there will be people out there that will scoop your ultra rare Boba Fett for 400. But then again, I do think if there's more sellers than buyers, which I don't think that's the case, but if it is botted enough or whatever the deal is, you know, as much as my collectibles will buy them below 400, and I don't doubt that he will. But even he can only buy so many. Same thing with certain whales. So it's like, I just kind of curious to see how that plays out. What I've said before, I do think the price will probably be a little bit closer to like 550-ish, maybe a bit more. I hope I'm wrong and it's 900. Don't get me wrong. I hope I'm wrong and it's 900. It pumps up to the moon and everyone's happy. Everyone that wants to sell gets as many gems as they can, and everyone that wants to buy gets it as cheap as possible. But awesome. The confirmation email could possibly be in your spam. For some reason, my KYC email went there. Okay, I'll check it out. Boba Fett guaranteed over $20.99. Yeah, I would say so too. And the KYC Barb Vibes mentioned, it doesn't show up for me anymore. I hope I'm verified. Yeah, I think I'll check it after this. Check your junk/spam email for Veve confirmation email. Yeah, I'll check that out. Keep hoping Boba is a big hit and not going to be 500 for UR max after 7 hours. We'll see, dude. Like I said, the only reason why I think it's going to be so cheap is just because it's going to be the last hurrah of bots and going to be the last hurrah of people with multiple accounts like myself. If I do win a UR Boba Fett, I don't know what I would do, to be honest. If I see it up to like 900, Part of me would potentially sell it, to be quite honest, because I do think I might be able to buy it back cheaper. And on top of that, there's just so many good things in the app to buy for like 900 right now. I mean, look at Vader. I mean, Vader hit what, 3K at one point, or like 2.9. Now he's chilling at 1.8. I do think the sentiment of everything kind of just slowly dropping, you know, it's not nosediving like it was in, you know, January, February, March, August, or January, February, March, April anymore. But it's definitely slowing down, and we are seeing a bottom. We will see some pumps here and there, or as certain whales start making moves, but that's just me personally. I'm buying as many as I can on the drop, but it's not going to be a giant hit. 500 UR is a big hit. Expectations managed. Yeah, I think 400 is a bit low. I think 500, 550, 600 is the range. Like 500 to 600 is going to be the range. Don't get me wrong. Like, should it be half the price of Vader? Like minimum? Yes. Is it going to be like that? It's hard to say. I think this is going to be a lot of people's last opportunity to like flip, and they're going to do it. Because I bet you money there's a lot of people flipping accounts. Like, be honest, for those of you guys in chat, if you guys have multiple phones that are flipping accounts or whatever, if you win the Boba Fett, are you going to flip it because you just want to liquidate it for gems while you think it's high or whatever? Like, I'm just kind of curious what you guys would do if you guys won the UR Boba Fett on drop. Payout is in profile / settings icon. Okay, I mean, I'll check it out. I don't want to like show it. No offense to you guys, but I'm getting a little tired. Manage settings icon. So I'm at profile. I click the little manage or like the settings icon. My wallet, promo, my QR code, payout. Okay, payout. Yeah, I mean, it says it's here. I don't have 1,000 gems, obviously, so, but yeah, it says it's, I mean, it says it's essentially here, so that's good. I only have 226 gems in my account. If you go in hoping for the UR Boba to hit 500, you'll be fine. Yeah. I predicted 500 to 600 day one on the UR, knowing our community. That's totally cool with me. Yeah, next day's price prediction. Yeah. Who knows? I mean, so much stuff can happen. I mean, honestly, the Boba Fett drop kind of blindsided a lot of us. And more importantly, why do they do it, you know, 16 hours before the KYC is over? Like, just wait one more day, right? I think the price would be higher. I don't know, do you guys think the prices would be higher or lower if they waited one more day to get rid of all of the bot accounts, to get rid of all the multiple phone accounts playing this drop? If they waited one more day, do you think Boba Fett would be cheaper or more expensive? Don't be shocked when it stalls at 450 to 475. It could, dude. It could. Agree. Feel like there's little risk in going for as many Boba as possible. Worst case, you get a common 20 gems under retail. It's not a big hit to your gems, worth the try for UR. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. You won't stall completely at 450. I will buy it. Kobe may buy 20. So Kobe Collects is one of those guys that when the Darth Vader drop happened, he's never seen Star Wars, never saw Star Wars. He knew of Vader. He knew of some of the characters, I imagine. Like, he probably heard of Luke, of Yoda, of Vader, like the most iconic characters. But when he actually came to like Star Wars and like any nuance or story, like, he had no idea. So he actually watched the movies, I believe. I don't know if he's finished all of them yet, but he just knew the importance of Vader, and I think he bought like 3 or 4 like ultra rares after the drop. Maybe more, maybe less, but he definitely saw the significance of it, or at least understood it. Austin, average stock market return per year is 10%, so even 2x your investment in anything is a huge deal. True, true. I think we'll go same as Thor UR. What's Thor UR at? Hello? Oh god, it's showing all this. You are Thor. No. 75 gems. I will admit this. I do think the pricing distribution will be similar to this, where it's like, okay, very little pricing and like the common, uncommon, rare, ultra rare, but like the highest rarity one is gonna have, it's gonna cost more than all of the under, you know, it's gonna cost more than all of the previous mints, not mints, but all the previous rarities put together times 2. Like that's just kind of how it works, or even times 3 in this like scenario. Unverified, check the KYC URL link. Thanks, guys. Yep. If I got the UR Boba Fett, I will definitely keep it. I believe there will be future customers that will want grails with only 1 or fewer owners. That is true, YouTube. That is a thing in... that is a thing on Team Fortress 2 hat trading. That's something I used to do, and I made, you know, a few $1,000s doing that. I used to sell hats, and... let's see here. Is this it? See if I can pull it up here. Give me a sec, guys. Alright, sorry if this is a little laggy, guys, but I want to show you guys. So this is what I did for like, I don't know how many years, selling these digital items for a video game called Team Fortress 2. And so refined, so it's called ref. So refined is a type of currency that you can only get from, so as you play the game, you get free weapons. And then the only way to get refined is if you break down 2 weapons into scrap metal, I believe, and then you need 3 scrap metal to make a something, and then you need 3 of those to make a refine. Anyway, long story short, you can't get refine for free, but it just takes a very long time to do it. This is how much refine it costs for a key. A key costs $250, and this is earbuds. These are very limited run earbuds that they gave to people that had Team Fortress 2 on like Mac or whatever when they released it for Mac, like almost 2 decades ago at this point. And so it costs 7.5 keys. So roughly like a earbud is worth, I don't know, like $16, $17, something like that. And so a lot of these things, like this is worth like 1,500 keys. So 1,500 times 17, you can kind of do the math on that. And so there's different effects, there's different hats, there's different weapons with different stuff, like all these different things. Different weapons that have like a flaming effect or a ghostly effect, or a hat with a storm effect or a green glow or planets or whatever it is. And what the hell was I trying to get at with this? Few owners. Okay, ownership. Okay, so we look at this one. Will this let me pull it up? Can I like look at some of these? Pricing, price list. I know this is totally random, so I apologize, guys, but at the same time, I want to prove a point. Browse by item. I don't know, I'm just gonna like... sorry if this is like really laggy, because yeah, I'm just trying to find like a tree. So a festive tree. So you could wear a hat. You could wear a tree as a hat, basically. These are all hats that have unusual effects on them. Okay, I'm just trying to click like anyone. So it says here how many exist. So there's one of these that exists, 38, 30, whatever. Some of the effects are more common, so if you notice, like as you go down, the effects get more and more common, but also more and more simple. Let's go to classifieds. I know this is like really random, but I'm gonna get to a point here. Let's see here. So also people have so people will run bots that will automatically buy these. So if you own one of these, you can send a trade offer to a bot that will automatically buy it for 2.65 keys and probably sell it for 17. I'm trying to find, sometimes people will note that this is a short history, meaning that like less than 5 people have ever owned this. So that is a selling point to sometimes these hats. And there was a way you could like look up the history of a hat, but I just don't remember how to do it, to be quite honest. Classified's unusual fact. Oh, history, here it is. So you can actually see the history. This is how I imagine Veve might do things. So this has a 2-person history. So this is the original owner. And then this is the person that it sold to. And there's actually a unique ID for each time it exchanges the hands of an owner that allows you to track it. So this person, yeah, last seen 2014. So I think this is when the person opened it. Big A, thanks for the sub, dude. So this person actually opened this or uncrated it. So the way you get an unusual hat is you have to put a key inside of a crate, and there's a 1% chance that you can get an unusual hat. And then that unusual hat will have a random effect. So it's smoking, confetti, storm, green energy, whatever. And based on the effect in the hat, it's going to determine its price. But also short history too. Like this thing only has 2 people that have ever owned it. So this person opened it back in 2014, and it looks like they finally sold it recently, you know, just the other day, like today, yesterday, whatever. I think there's a way you can look more into it, because this just says last seen. Be the pack from the closest. But yeah, this is how I imagine Veve will like. It'd be really cool if you could like literally click on an NFT and then just look at the entire history of that item. Who owned it, for how long, who exchanged it to, and there's a unique ID for each one. And so that's kind of a selling point for a lot of people, is like, hey, I'm the original owner, or it's a short history, meaning like 5 or less people ever owned it. Something like that. So that's how I imagine it would be. I have a bunch of random stuff here. So does that make sense? I know you guys like probably never played or cared about or even heard of Team Fortress 2, but there's a whole economy of digital assets that you can trade to other people, buy, sell, trade, and sounds very similar to what I'm doing already. So that's why I kind of like Veve. If I get your Boba, I'll flip it for more Tesseracts. I feel it, dude. Thor UR is like 85 bucks. Yeah, it's ridiculously cheap. Okay, I think you meant SR, yeah. Flip to Omi, yeah. 80 people watching and 38 likes. Let's get those likes up, people. Thank you so much, Skeet. I appreciate it, dude. Skeet is, I believe, a Discord moderator, leader, tyrant of the Veve Discord. So, dude, I used to hang out in there all the time. When I first started Veve, I just gotten more busy, but I used to be in there all the time, just talking with people and doing like price predictions, or just like helping people out with like what the hell FA meant and all kinds of stuff. Back when we all thought FA meant like, oh, first on the blockchain of like everything, and like, wait, but like this platform dropped this, and like, I don't know, it's a bunch of stuff, but that was a long time ago. Right, Boba will equal to a Thor SR. I think so. I would say so. Imagine if AF15 drops Monday. As far as I've heard, from what I've heard, apparently Veve said that AF15 is not dropping August 1st. That's what I heard from another person, so I'm not confirming it, but Thor SR. How you doing, my cuz? We are going to drop the... We're going to the drop tomorrow in rebounds? Yes, sir. My second account's under my wife's name. Both are long-term holds. Let's go. In all honesty, I just need to secure 1 UR, and I'm happy for day 1. I'll see where it goes during the day for stacking commons, uncommons. I agree, my collectibles. I think if you get a UR, then you can start turning your focus to like the common and uncommons. I personally like the uncommon more. I just like the stance and the way Boba Fett looks, right? I just really like this like classic look of on guard, where he has his you know, hands across his blaster like this. I just like this one a bit more than the other one for some reason. Boba Fett IRL has more expensive collectibles than Vader. Yeah, so I've heard. That's true. I would say yeah, that's true. But we are talking the most niche upper echelon of niche collectors, right? How much does that trickle down to the collectibles, right? And I think that's something we're still trying to figure out on Veve, is that, and I'm not saying this is the case or you guys should take this to heart, is that VV, you know, things that are expensive in real life doesn't always mean the NFT is going to be expensive. And just because the NFT is expensive doesn't mean the real life counterpart, or, you know, vice versa. It doesn't really work out that way, right? And Choo Choo, dude, with 5 gifted subs, dude, thank you so much. So congratulations to William Peartree for a gifted sub by Choo Choo. Dude, thank you so much. Jared Sousa also with the gifted sub. So you guys can now spam any of these emotes and have some fun with it. So low key, I was going to make another emote, but with Silver Surfer's with Silver Surfer's butt, but I just decided not to. Joshua Bjornson, CryptoCade, and Garrett. Congrats, all of you, and Choo Choo, dude, thank you so much. That honestly means a lot. See, this is starting to feel more like Twitch. On Twitch, you can like give subs to other people, and so YouTube is doing the same thing, which is really, really cool. So, dude, thank you so much, Choo Choo, and then congrats to William Peartree and everyone else for getting the... you like the eyeballs, right? Thank you so much. Yeah, and now you guys are green. You guys are green in chat. That's what's up, dude. Tucson Collectibles, let's get back to chat. Darth Vader was 80 gems, but lightsabers were 60 gems. Darth Vader without lightsaber would be 20 gems. Oh, I see the math you did there. I think, sure, why not? Mickey, that's exactly how it would work. So if Vader had no saber, saber Vaderless, or saberless Vader, would be 20 gems. You're right. That's how that'd work. Imagine the sabers would be good in the future with AR, games, headset, yeah, etc. And so that's the thing, right? Is, are we going to get all that stuff eventually? Sure. The real question is by when, right? When? W-E-N. Could we see that stuff in the next year? 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Not exactly sure. I think people are starting to realize how early we are on Veve and with all these collectibles and all that stuff. I still remember 9 months ago when people were asking about flying DeLoreans and breeding Labbits and all this stuff in like the Viviverse last year. And at that point, I'm sure Veve was like, dude, they even said that their first iteration of the Viviverse will probably be just augmented, you know, AR showrooms, which I don't think is bad. I think it'd be cool to see other people's showrooms and walk around. I could put my NFTs in your showroom, you know, temporarily just to, you know, do cool stuff with. But other than that, I think that's the extent of it. But I agree, like lightsabers, cars, vehicles, all that stuff is going to be cool for the metaverse and all that stuff. But when is that going to happen? Not entirely sure. Imagine if Veve put an owner's count on collectibles. That would be insane. Most of my collectibles are #1 owner. Yeah, so something like that. I think it'd be that simple. They will. Tomorrow is FA Boba Fett, but also FA Laser Blaster and FA Jetpack. I don't know if we're gonna get that in depth, because that's the weapon that Boba Fett has, right? Is the E11 blaster? I think that's the one he has, or is that the one that Han Solo uses? Made by Blast Tech Industries. Yeah, make sure you guys can see what I'm searching. Wikipedia. Got it. Boba Fett. Meant to put Boba Fett. What's the blaster? Boba Fett's blaster. Which one is that called? Okay, so the EE3 carbine rifle. That's the one that Boba Fett has. Dude, I don't know how to explain it. Looks like a sawed-off... Looks like he just sawed off the front of the rifle in a way. It looks like it should be longer, but I mean, that's just kind of the cool look of it, right? And I think the E11, that's Han Solo's. Let me check it out. That one's the E11. The hell? No. Or wait, is it the DL44? No, what? Okay, so it is the DL44 blaster pistol. Solo's heavy blaster pistol. So it's supposed to be the equivalent of 44 Magnum, which is, I think it's also conveniently called the DL44. So I think there's, I don't think that's a coincidence. I think the E11 is just your generic ass, just like blaster that a lot of the like stormtroopers use. Yeah, it just looks like a general stormtrooper like blaster. That's what it looks like. FA Boba boots, FA helmet, FA second finger. Yeah. Do you think choices will do good long term? Choices. I'm trying to remember that one. That's the rabbits, right? Let's go here. Go to brands. Jermaine Rogers choices. These ones? Why does it keep showing me the Veve logo? Okay. Assassin, Protector, Hunter. I don't know, dude. Like, I'm not too into the independent artist stuff. I do like the look of the art. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the look of this stuff, but at the end of the day, when I look at something like this, like the Hunter, for 250 gems, like I'd rather buy 40, 50 comics for that same price, or I would rather buy a lot of other stuff for that same price point. So like if we go here, that's how much is it? So 250. Actually, I should do 250 here and then make this like, make this like 200. So if I had, make this 265. Now, I'm just trying to tell you guys where my head is at. Again, none of this is financial advice, but if I had 250 gems and I, you know, would buy it, I'd much rather buy, let's do the floor price. Like, I'd much rather buy Homer and Bart, or I'd much rather have a FA Joker, or Pizza Planet truck, or Captain America. I don't know if I would buy Joe Mad Batman. There's so many Batmans on the app, and I know he's FE, and he's kind of one of those, I would say glitched, or whatever the term. He's kind of a novelty because he still has the FE tag, but I don't think that's enough. Like, I would still rather have FA Joker for the same price. Like, I'd much rather buy Joker. That's just me personally. A lot of FA we can build with any drops. Yes, sir. Why would that matter? How many owners? First owner and previous owner important. Why would that matter? So when it comes to things digitally, because things don't degrade or change over time, people try to find different ways to add additional value to their collectibles. How can my things stand out to other people's? The main way that physical collectibles were able to stand out is just, is it the first print run? Is it, you know, does it have a first appearance of a significant character? How well has it held up its like appearance physically, as well as, you know, is it torn apart, all that stuff. So that's kind of like the easy black and white things of like the physical, which is why there's gradings, right? I think this is a 7, this is a 9.8, this is a PSA 10, like all these things is to help give it value, and there's criteria for it. With digital collectibles, there's no degrading, so that kind of tosses out a lot of the stuff about it, right? So the only way we can really start like pricing stuff is like its first appearance, how many mints there are, mint number. That's another thing that we have, is like mint numbers as well. There's kind of mint numbers on the Team Fortress 2 hats that I was showing you guys earlier, except those numbers are like, even if there's 1,000 of something, it's always given a random number between 1 and 100. So like, sometimes even if something is mint 1, there's still like, there could still be like 15 other number 1s, but it's just, it is what it is. On top of that, just having a short history, right? If something has been in the market for, let's say, Veve in 2030, some things that have been in the market for 10 years, if your collectible is one of the only, if you and like a handful of other collectibles all have like 2 owners and everyone else has like dozens or hundreds of owners, that could give it additional value. Like, people, again, collectors are always trying to find ways to make sure their collectible stands out, right? If you buy something that David Yu was a previous owner, and that's the other thing too, is like digital signatures. That's the thing you can kind of do with those Team Fortress hats, where people can digitally sign it through history, or there's also a thing you can like autograph it. But you can also take off the autograph if you don't want it too. So that's kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, so that's another thing. It's like you can have it. You can have an item signed, right? So imagine if, I don't know, Jim Lee. I don't know, is the dude, he's probably dead, right? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Jim Lee, American comic book writer. He's 57. He lives in South Korea. Or no, he's born in South Korea. Dude, he created Gambit? That's actually, I didn't know. Did you guys know this? So Jim Lee. Is this a different Jim Lee? No, this is the same Jim Lee. DC Comics. Spouse founded. Fictional characters created Gambit. But that's Marvel. Is this... So Jim Lee Joker. Okay, regardless. Imagine if you had Jim Lee, like let's say Jim Lee had, it was @official Jim Lee and that's his like Veve account. And you got him to sign your FA Joker, right? Like that'd be pretty cool. You got him to sign your FA Joker digitally and then he gives it back. And now it's signed, right? How many Joker FAs are there gonna be of them being digitally signed? Or maybe, I bet you some artists or some people might actually have you pay to have them digitally sign it. I mean, I would, to be honest. Like, I know some actors and actresses or authors and illustrators and those people, like sometimes they, you know, it's $20 for a signature. It's a way for them to make a bit of extra money. And plus, it's going to make it, it's a bit different because digitally, everyone has access to an autograph, right? For the most part, where physically, you have to physically bring it over and have it in the condition and they sign it and stuff. But digitally, it's like, you could legitimately, in a way, have 50% of the Amanda Connor Batmans all have signatures because everyone's on Veve. You could just send an offer instantly. I don't know. But does payout really work? Anyone got bucks in their bank account 3 weeks in and failed a couple times to do payout? If that's the case, I would just contact Veve support. So far, I haven't heard of, I don't want to say I haven't heard of anyone having issues, but at the same time, they've been kind of few and far between. So if there is an issue, I would definitely contact Veve about it. Nothing August 1st is what I've been hearing too. A lot of speculation nation out here. Hell yeah. Okay, thanks. Thank you very much. That's really kind of you. Let's go, Choo Choo. Sharing the love. Knowing. And again, thank you so much, Choo Choo, for the 5 gifted subs. That was like a Veve airdrop right there. Still had no luck for the membership. Yeah. Congratulations to everyone in Vibes. Let's go. Thanks, Knowing. Gospel, when is Veve gonna put Pizza Hut FA hot slice pepperoni secret rare? I needs that. Or Pizza the Hut. You guys remember Pizza the Hut? I'm just gonna type it in here. Pizza the Hut. We need to have Pizza the Hut. Might be a little disgusting what we're about to see here. Just completely just covered in pizza. That's Pizza the Hut, in case you guys were wondering. From Spaceballs, in case you guys haven't seen it. Veve wants to have their own convention. Let's suggest Scottsdale during Barrett Jackson, so more high rollers come into Veve. True. Scottsdale would be a good spot. I mean, also like anywhere in the Bay Area, like San Francisco Bay Area too. Have it at the, I think there's a convention center out there. I'm sure there is one, but I'm just forgetting. Just get all the Silicon Valley, just nerds out there to go there. That's another place. Yeah, dude, I would love to have it in Scottsdale. That'd be awesome. So from what I've heard is, I think Alex G teased it, and I completely overlooked it in the Veve Magic interview that they had together, that they could, if Veve really wanted to, they could make the Veve convention a MCP level only thing. So if you have a certain MCP level, the only way to get in or have a ticket is if you're above a certain MCP level. So, I mean, that would be really cool. Or if you do have a certain level MCP, when you scan your ticket, based on the level you are, you get a free NFT, right? So if you're at the lower level, like let's say the entry level is, let's say there's 10 levels, 1 being the highest, 10 is like you own 2 collectibles or whatever. Let's say in order to get in, you need to be entry level 7 just to even get into the convention. But at level 7, you get an NFT. At level 6, you get 1. 5, you get 1, you know, whatever. And level 1s get like the most secret, rare, coolest thing, and level 2s get the next coolest thing, and 3, and it keeps going down and down and down. I think something like that would be really, really cool. That is the Wookiee blaster. Okay, Han Solo is 80 years old now. Is he 80? No, right? Are we talking like in the movie, or like in the? No way the actor's that old. There's no way in hell. Can't believe Storm SR is only 325 gems. I had to get one. Yeah, that's what's up. Marvelous Packs. What up, vibes? Still debating whether to mint tomorrow. Going to watch some Boba tonight for ultra rare vibes. You should. I'm going to watch apparently there is a documentary on Disney Plus about Boba Fett. I haven't watched it. I heard a lot of great things about it, so I might check that out in the meantime. CD streams. That's how much the Storm UR was back in January. 325 better options you have. That's what I'm thinking. Someone just floored a 3-digit Mickey sorcerer hat for 550. I missed it. Yeah, dude, there's gonna be so many, not bots, but just there's a lot of people right now, I think, hunting between now and the end of tomorrow. You bet your ass before the end of tomorrow there's gonna be a lot of people just flooring stuff to just get rid of it, possibly. But BV vibes, you gonna play the new Team Fortress? There's no way. No, there's not. You're trolling me, Mickey. There's no way in hell they announced Team Fortress 3. We're talking Team Fortress 3? That's never gonna happen, dude. The documentary is like 23 minutes long, but yeah, there's a... Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. It's called... I think it's this. It's called Under the Helmet, Legacy of Boba Fett on Disney Plus, and it's like 23 minutes long. And it goes, it seems like kind of in depth. Hold on, I kind of want to play this really quick. Oh, has this been around since like November? I had no idea. I'm gonna close all these. Sorry if this is like going really slow.
Okay, we'd like to introduce Boba Fett. Can you speak to us, Boba?
Certainly. You didn't know who he was, you didn't know where he came from.
But he didn't get much screen time.
When he put the costume on and walked onto the set, absolute silence.
You said, whoa, who is that?
Despite his lack of screen time, next to no dialogue, he's everywhere.
The world was ready for this bounty hunter.
Under the Helmet, the legacy of Boba Fett, now streaming only on Disney Plus.
All right, that's pretty cool. You got to check that out. I think I'm gonna check it out tonight. It's like I think as far as I remember, it's like a 20 or it's like a 23-minute documentary or whatever on Boba Fett. And yeah, it was big. I think people just love his design. They love the fact that he was super mysterious. Not a lot of people knew. People didn't know a lot about him. And in a way, yeah, I think a lot of people felt kind of the same way around Darth Maul. Some people didn't like him. Some people did like him because he had like very limited dialogue, very mysterious. Came out of literally nowhere. Of course, there's way more stories that came after the fact. But Boba Fett was just that. Really just badass character, so I definitely need to check that out. I do think a lot of the mystery and a lot of the intrigue Boba Fett had kind of went away a little bit with the prequels, because once we found out, okay, that, you know, he was a clone, or he's a clone, but he didn't get clone training. He got direct training from Jango Fett. And on top of that, the whole Boba Fett show, I think, kind of did get rid of a lot of the allure and the mystery that was Boba Fett. And so as they kind of started deconstructing it over the years, I think he's become a little bit, I don't want to say less intriguing, but I think a lot of the mystery that made him so interesting at first has kind of gone away. I still like him. He's still an awesome character. He's still, in my opinion, Grail tier for Star Wars collectors. If you don't see Boba Fett as a Grail tier, at the very least, like blue chip. or if you're really just bearish on it, at least like high A tier, like he's that big. He is the, you know, I know Mandalorian is like the new popular thing and all that, but he's still the best bounty hunter, I think, to ever existed. And I'm sure there's probably some story out there of some extended Star Wars universe thing that has like a better bounty hunter out there or whatever, but that's what Boba Fett was for a long time. I want to sign my Todd. Yeah, I think someone did sign their Todd. I think it was Comics and Crypto. I think Todd McFarlane was there at San Diego Comic-Con, and I think they got their Todd signed. If you check out their Twitter, I think they got theirs signed. Painted my whole living room listening to you, now going to sleep. All right, Sven. Thanks for listening, dude. I'm gonna be hopping off here soonish too, because my dad is gonna be visiting me in like an hour. I do have to clean up a little bit and change, and then we're gonna go to head up the bar arcade a little bit later today or tonight. With most golden moments coming in set of 2. Okay, most of them coming in basically pairs, except for Walt. Do you think you will need both to get some utilities? How do you think Disney utilities will be if they give some? I don't know. I mean, it just makes sense that to get utility, they come in pairs. So if you want the Star Wars utility, you need R2 and C-3PO. If you want the Simpsons utility, you need Homer and Bart plus the skateboard. If you want the, I guess it would technically be Pixar utility with the Pizza Planet truck and Wall-E. So the Pixar utility, they kind of come together, and Disney is Elsa and what was Elsa paired with? What was Elsa paired with? It's totally slipping my mind what Elsa was paired with. Oh, cool. Watching the documentary tonight. Yep. I'm excited to see how many listings disappear after tomorrow. It's going to be interesting, dude. I'll probably be on ecomi wiki, and it'll be interesting just to see the listings go straight down afterward. Have we seen his face? Not in the originals, no. I'm gonna call him Cargo Pants instead. True. Dude, he definitely just has a very cool look. I've always liked his design and how badass he was. George Lucas, he didn't get much screen time. He didn't give it to him. No, I mean, I think it's actually worked to his benefit. It actually worked to his favor that he wasn't around a lot, right? He's too busy working instead of just talking and yapping. I've said this before. Mando's character should have been how Boba was. They did him dirty in the Book of Boba. I didn't really like Book of Boba Fett. Everyone knows that, but I made him too much of a pushover, and he kind of he said away with a lot of things that he said. I don't know if you guys remember. I think it was like episode 2 or 3. He was talking to Fennec Shand after he saved her, and he told him, he's like, I'm tired of people like Jabba the Hutt putting us in the line of danger, or we're always in the front lines of their wars or something like that. I'm like, well, first off, I mean, you're a freaking bounty hunter. Like, you're basically getting paid to put yourself in the line of danger. So I don't know why you're complaining about it. Like, you signed up for this, literally. And on top of that, he complains about leaders or people hiring him to putting him in the line of danger. I don't know if you guys remember that scene. There is a scene that he says that. But then, like, later, I don't know if it was that episode or the episode after, where remember he picks up all those, like, teenage kids in the mopeds? What does he do, like, literally the next episode? He puts them in the line of danger. They're getting shot at. They're shooting someone else. They're, like, chasing a guy. I'm like, you literally just did the exact same thing that you were complaining that Jabba the Hutt was doing. And you're doing the exact same thing. So I just never understood that aspect. And I don't know. And he also spent, like, a good portion of it in a Bacta tank. And I'm trying to remember the Wookiee, the dark one. Chrysantan or something like that. I think that's his name. He couldn't even kill Boba Fett when he's like asleep in a Bacta tank naked. Like, I understand. And that's another thing that Disney does a lot, and just Hollywood in general, where they like pick up a guy and just throw him and throw him and throw him. It's like, just snap his neck. Like, you're a Wookiee. Like, that's kind of your thing. Like, you literally tore off someone's arm in the episode prior. But when you grab Boba Fett, you're just like, ah, and just like throw him. And I don't know. It's silly. Anyway, moving on. I agree on Boba. As Disney extracted value from the character, the less mysterious the lore became. Yeah, like, my favorite episodes of The Mandalorian were the first 2 episodes where he didn't talk a lot and he was just kind of just navigating, just doing his day-to-day stuff, collecting jobs, accepting the next one. Those were my favorite episodes. Episodes 1 and 2 of Boba Fett were not Boba Fett, of Mandalorian, which is what honestly Book of Boba Fett should have been. Yeah, I don't know. And don't get me wrong, like, I don't know why, and don't get me wrong, I do think, like, okay, the whole story arc with, like, Tusken Raiders was kind of nice and blah, blah. It's like, okay, the Tusken Raiders only accepted Boba Fett because Boba Fett rescued that kid from that, like, four-armed, like, Goro creature lizard-looking thing. If he didn't do that, they would have kept torturing him and kept, like, basically pushing him until the point of where he just dies. Like, Tusken Raiders are still, like, very bad people. They still raid and pillage and still kill people. Like, it's almost like they did it to Luke's family. Like, not that many years later, like 10 years later, they go kill Luke's family. Like, Tusken Raiders are still, on average, just not good people. Like, okay, of course, when you understand their culture and their customs, like, okay, but you have to save one of them from it first and all that stuff. I don't know. Like, it's, Tusken Raiders are still not the best people. He just happened to run into the one tribe that is tolerant enough to put up with him after they saved one of the little ones, and that's it. Say it with me, vibes. Barcade. Is it a bar? Barcade? Barcade. Barcade. But this one is different. So this one is actually, they have more like console games. So let's see. Come on. And it's also called Endgame, funnily enough. So this is supposed to be the place. So it's food, drinks, Endgame. So this is the games. Apparently they have Sega Genesis, Dreamcast, NES, SNES, 64, GameCube, Wii, Wii U, Switch, PS1 through 4, Xbox, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. So those are all the games. Dude, do you guys remember playing the Page Master on Genesis? Sonic the Hedgehog? Alien 3, really? The Jungle Book? Jurassic Park? What about the NES? Star Force? Final Fantasy 1? Excite Bike? Karate Kid, Metroid, Top Gun. Let's talk about the Super NES. Mega Man X, Final Fantasy 3, Star Fox, Tetris Attack, Super Metroid. So it's gonna be cool. I thought this was more of like, they actually had like an arcade or like actual like arcade games, but this is like more of like, currently there are over 778 different video game titles in our collection. So that's pretty cool. Cantina Fried Rice, Yoshi Egg Roll, Pizza Planet, oh, Fiddlesticks, Assassin's Cheese Fries. Oh, I kind of like how they named all the food after like video games. Triforce Chips and Salsa, Pika Pika Burger, GTA Fry. All right, I dig this. I dig this. So that's where I'm gonna be at later today. I haven't seen the series, but I heard it is not as good as The Mandalorian. True. Spoiler alert, actually, like an episode and a half of Boba Fett is The Mandalorian. Just don't be surprised. Really, there's only 4.5 episodes of Boba Fett in the grand scheme of things. Sorcerer's Hat. Well, Sorcerer's Hat, that's what it was. Okay, yeah. Not gonna pass waiter? Yeah. Yo, Veve Vibes, I've been a subscriber for some months now, maybe 5 to 6, give or take. This is my first time chatting in a live. Been fun. Have a great night. Yeah, thanks, Gospel, for hanging out, dude. Thanks to... It's always nice hearing from my viewers and other content creators like the Gale, which he's very much an OG. Definitely another person that likes to vibe as well. But then Mike Collectibles, obviously another great content creator. I think the Sarlacc Pit changed his view on bounty hunting. Now he wants to be a leader, not the employee. I get that. Getting half digested for only like 10 hours instead of 100,000 years or 100 years will definitely change your mind on that. But yeah, I mean, someone like that, like, you got to be like a little rough around the edges, right? Or at least like you won't be a pushover. Like, I feel like he just kind of just says yes to everyone. Like anyone that makes a comment, or like he just kind of just says yes to everyone. Like anyone that makes a comment or or has like a different idea, is just like, yeah, we should do that. Yeah, we should do it. I'm just like, I don't know. Again, everyone can feel differently about different stuff, but I just imagine Boba Fett to be more rough around the edges. And like, remember, this is the same guy that was like hired by Jabba and was trying to kill Luke and Han, like literally just what, less than a day before, maybe a couple days. I don't know how long he actually spent in the Sarlacc pit, but regardless, all of a sudden he's just like a completely different person, like within a day, a completely different person. That moment when Mando first removed his helmet, they should have not done that. They should not have done that. I know, like, everyone knew what the actor looked like, but still, it's like, just leave it on. I don't know. Like, that's part of the intrigue of the show. Like, that's part of the mystery. I don't know. Boba was in that robe more than his armor. He was Hugh Hefner Boba like 70% of the show. Yeah. Tusken Raiders are misunderstood people. Give them a chance. Or gonna put your life on it? Because a lot of people have, and a lot of people died on Tatooine because of it. You see him shooting at the pod racers, or the pod racers during the race. You see how they killed you know, Uncle Ben and I forgot what's her face in the original series. Secret rare Nectra at 75. That's unsurprising. You can play that bounty hunter game on PS4. Ooh, okay. Jay Johnson? I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. Tusken Raiders misunderstood people. I'm not saying we should go out and massacre Tusken Raiders, but I am saying is like, just don't go out there and expect them to like welcome you with open arms. Like, it's just not going to happen. And odds are because there's such a, either out of defense of just generations of they've always had to defend themselves against foreigners, or they've just always been a warring race amongst themselves, you're going to get shot and or killed or raided or whatever else, right? So it's like, that's the way I see it. And it's actually kind of cool. We did get to see more of their culture. Like, don't get me wrong, but to paint like all Tusken Raiders are these like loving, cool, like chill ass people, not exactly. Bring back Electro Man? Nah. Been fun, good chat, good luck tomorrow. Thanks, of course. If you ever get mad, just remember people said 77 for a, people paid $77 for a $13 cabbage. That is very true. And that's got to still be in the market, right? Or the store. What's still in the store, by the way? Collectibles. Is it collectibles? Oof. Maybe that's... So they go to store and then... drops. I think that's what we want to do. So what's still in this? So what's still in the store? Or is blue still in the store? I imagine it is. Yeah, you can still buy blue in the store. You could still buy Thor hammers, I believe, are still in the store. Yep, you can still buy those. So that's 1, 2. All the Spider-Mans are sold out. Blue. Okay, so that was Beta I was looking at earlier. Beta and Blue are both still in the store, unsurprisingly. Alpha Flight, I believe, is still in the store. Yep, you can still buy this one. So was that 4 NFTs that we have right now? I think that's... No, we still got these. And actually, there's a lot of Harley Quinns that are still in the store. Yep, you can still buy the cabbage on store. Like, just box price. Like, you just buy it. Iceberg lettuce. Yep, the iceberg lettuce. And a lot of these Harleys are still in the store as well. Yeah, all of these. The common, uncommon, and rare are still all in the store. So you can get all 3 of these right now. Just straight up off the store. Alpha Flight. Yeah, so that's what, like, total NFTs, like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 NFTs total that have not sold out. Is there any ones before the iceberg lettuce? I think that's all of them. Yeah, I think that's all of them. Honestly, if this Doctor Strange, like AF Agamotto thing released like a month from now, March, May, June. No, it would take a while. Like 3 months later, if let's say Doctor Strange, if the AF Agamotto dropped now with its current price, it would not sell out. It would definitely not sell out. I still need that SR dead president stamp to complete the set. I don't know, how much is it now? Is it up here? Yeah, the dead presidents. Sold out. Oh yeah, the secret rare. I actually did get this on my alt account and I sold it. I honestly have no idea what I even sold it for, but I do remember selling this. I do remember winning it and then selling it. So lucky for me. Vibe Tribe represent. What's up, Pixel Trader? Harley Quinn. I cashed out last week. Took less than 48 hours. Recur cashes out in like 3 hours max though. I've heard of both. I've heard some people say when they cashed out to crypto, it took like 20 minutes. And then I've heard other people say when they cashed out, yeah, to like direct bank transfer, like direct withdrawal, whatever the hell you want to call it. Like wire transfer, it was like a day or something like that. Or some people said it took like a couple hours. I think it just varies wildly based on the bank, the processing, which country. I'm sure it depends on a lot of different things. So cool. On guard. So yeah, I mean tomorrow I'm gonna go for the drop. I'm gonna try and go for as many as I can. I only have 2 phones that actually have enough gems to play the drop, so I'm gonna play both on both. And then on my main account, I might go for a rebound. It kind of depends on what the market looks like. That's kind of the other thing too, with like the market being open the entire time. Some people do get a sneak peek at like what prices could be within, of course, I mean the first 4 minutes of the drop. It's not saying much, but the first 4 minutes of the drop before they go for a rebound. Like if you're seeing, you know, 15 or 20 or, you know, 30 of these commons already going below retail, some people are like, ooh, I'm not going to go for a rebound. Like the commoner is already below retail or whatever. Doesn't mean it can't go back up, but it definitely, I think, scares a lot of people out of getting rebounds. So I'm waiting a week for my cash out. Time to file a ticket. Yeah, I would definitely file a support ticket if it's taking longer than a week. Austin, wow, that uncommon Harley has less sold than the ultra rare that's sold out. Yeah, probably. Yeah, crypto has been disabled since this scandal thing last week. This was ACH. Are you on Recur? It got some hot drops coming up as well. I'm not on Recur. I should probably check it out. To be quite honest, it's one of those things where I'm probably gonna treat just like Hero. I'm gonna try and see if I can get in on some things while they're hot or new, make some profit, and just put that back into like Veve and OMI. I imagine the crypto shut off is about the fake KYCs in crypto. Potentially, I could definitely see that. But cool guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. I know the stream was, gosh, probably 2 hours. Yeah, 2.5 hours, dude. These things just like fly by, honestly, for the most part. And I'm gonna play. Veve tweeted today about payout delay thing. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. We going for a 1 tomorrow and then sitting for a rebound? Or are you going to try and go for multiple? I'm going to try and go for multiple, to be quite honest, because especially on my alt accounts, like there's nothing left to do on them, to be quite honest. Like there's nothing left to do. Because after end of day tomorrow, 2 of my phones won't be able to do anything. They'll just be locked up until I can't. They'll just be locked up and I can't do anything with those accounts for anywhere between. They said 1 to 2 months before you can merge accounts. It would not surprise me if it took 2 to 3, potentially like 2 to 4 months. It would not surprise me at all. If you go with your gut, do you think Veve has Banksy? I genuinely have no idea. I know Banksy is kind of a peculiar artist, does a lot of like kind of like weird things. He likes to be very spontaneous and secretive with what he does. Does it already exist on the app? I have no idea, but I'd rather not speculate and just go buy random NFTs because I think it could be a Banksy. If you don't pass KYC, you won't waste money on drops. That's true. That is another positive. Sometimes the best thing to do is just not play drops, right? Sometimes that's the best thing to do. So anyway, that's it. Thank you everyone for stopping by. Thank you so much. I think, who was it earlier? Someone did like really early in my stream. I guess I can't see anymore. Someone earlier did it. Oh, 63 SW. Will it show up if I do that? I guess it won't. Thank you so much, 63 SW, for the $10 dono earlier. My collectibles, thank you so much for remembering. Being a member again. Do you call it a remember? And then again, thank you, Choo Choo, for the 5 gifted subs as well. You're amazing. Definitely try to go for multiple rebounds. Won't hurt not seeing your first delivery. And William Peartree, welcome to the Vibe Tribe. My Collectibles, welcome back to the Vibe Tribe. And Jeff, thank you so much for showing up. And My Collectibles, please go check them out. Awesome take. Please let him know if you're going to list any Boba Fett's below 400 on Twitter. Be like, yo, I'm going to list one for below 400. Could you please buy my Boba Fett? Take it off my hands. My Collectibles. And he'll do it for you. He'll do it. So, hope you guys take care. Make sure to double and triple check all of your listings so you don't screw